world has changed. Gone to hell, more like. It started when magic came back. The awakening, some call it. You're rubbing elbows with orcs, elves, even trolls these days. Meanwhile, megacorps bleed the world dry one board meeting at a time. They own just about everything. But not us. We're Shadowrunners. Mercenaries, operating in the margins, working dangerous jobs for the desperate and the powerful. Being a runner takes more than skill and street smarts. You want to live long enough to get paid, you'll need a team, the right talent for the job. Maybe that's a mage, someone who can fry your enemies with deadly spells. A good decker can jack into the Matrix and bypass the toughest security without leaving a trace. Adepts, riggers, shaman, and don't forget your street samurai. Packing enough firepower and cyberware to take on a small army. Man, magic, and machine. Takes it all to survive in the shadows. Welcome to the Sprawl.
Corporate sins. There is something happening on one of the tables that I am somewhat concerned about. I don't know if any of you can see this, but I'm going to continue with our introduction this evening. You are watching Shadowrun Corporate Sins, a tabletop RPG show using the Shadowrun system, set and made here in Seattle. It's pretty nifty. You are also watching on Hyper RPG, an interactive, hyperactive, community-driven channel made for and by you, the thumpers, the people in chat, who without we would not be here. You can and should subscribe to our channel because you get sweet, sweet subscriber benefits like participating in the metagame, which we will be unveiling the second part of the thing that we have already unveiled last week. It was very exciting and people sent runners on runs and weird things happened.
It was fantastic.
So it'll be interesting to see how that turns out. So we'll be working that in, listen to our narrative this evening to find that information or be told that information on how those runs went. You can also access the Discord in general, where there's other cool channels about people doing stuff and things. For example, the other shows that we have on this channel, like tonight at 10 p.m., where we have Honesty Hour with the GM of The Gauntlet, Chris Bramante. I may be saying his name wrong, but no one yelled at me, so it's probably correct. You can ask him questions in the Honesty Hour room in the Discord. We are also, I believe, unless someone again yells at me, 5 subscribers away from our next Steam Key giveaway, and you can subscribe with Amazon Prime if you have an Amazon Prime account.
Do it.
Also set and made in Seattle. Claudia apparently coughed and said the word, do it.
Oh, I thought you said I do, like I have Amazon Prime, and you were like...
Bless you, Claudia.
I'm subtly manipulating the internet with my...
Yes, with her
Subtlety
words.
is your middle name.
Subtlety is her middle
Claudia
name.
Subtlety.
Claudia S. Jacob.
Oh, I was
Claudia,
trying to keep that a secret, thanks.
Subtlety Jacob. Your last name?
Yeah.
I'm confident your last name has been on this screen, and it's like on your...
not on my Twitter.
It used to be on your Twitter. Your Twitter used to be your first and last name.
I changed that.
It
You
says it on
did.
your hat, right?
No, it doesn't.
No, okay, that's true.
Anyway.
It's Fadia, if you don't know. Her name is Claudia Fadia.
Last but not least, if you would also like to support this show and this channel, you may tip, and in this show, it awards our players for $10 with the hashtag of the player's name. It awards them access to one of these beautiful bonus thumper dice. This is a very loud bucket, which they can roll in addition to their regular dice to make themselves more epic and more awesome. Or not to die, because this is Shadowrun. Let's introduce our players, starting with the loudest one.
That's me.
Yes.
Hi, everyone. My name is Claudia, but on the internet, I go by Jack Dash or Jakidash.
Ding.
You can follow me the Twitter or the Twitch. And I play Fang, who is an orc who is also cybernetic, which means she's got really cool guns and then real guns. She uses a katana and guns. And she's got a heart of gold. Can I say that?
I don't know. Is her heart been literally replaced with gold?
Figuratively, heart of gold.
Okay, hi. I am Cheryl, aka Muppet Aphrodite on Twitter and Twitch, and I play an elven decker named Mainframe. And that is the correct pronunciation of her name. Don't let anybody tell you differently. And a decker is like a hacker. They manipulate digital devices on the wireless network of the Matrix. And Mainframe's currently confronting a part of her past where she was surgically altered as a child by her parents who worked for Ares to cut off the part of her ears that looked elven to make her look human.
Among other things, turns out they inserted into her brain.
Yeah.
Nice recap.
Hi, my name is Dan Poslins. I'm at Dan Poslins on Twitter, and I play Mordecai, the dwarven mage, who is a mage and a dwarf who helps the party through his spells and summons spirits.
Hi, I'm Tony Beeman, or at LBeefus, LBEEFUS on Twitter and Twitch and all of that. I play Cromwell, what is an unarmed adept, which means uses the power of the bear god to physically fight. He used to have eyes, but they were sliced out in a run with As technology by the red god. No, Lauren had nothing to do with it. Get out of my head. And she is perfect. The red god is perfect. Cromwell deserved to have his eyes ripped out, and it was only through his own actions that it happened. Anyway, he's a troll who fights, and Lauren's fine. She had no responsibility for it.
Hi, I'm Janine. I play Elsie Blackwood, our 15-year-old teenage face of the group, and spy, negotiator, sniper rifle enthusiast, and rocket launcher rocketer, I think is the word I'm gonna go with.
Rocketer.
What about a rocketeer?
Ooh, rocketeer.
Rocketeer's when the rocket's on your back and you're attached to it. I guess a rocketeer is when it's...
She does wear it on her
Hashtag
back
goals.
a lot.
I am Admiral Asma on Twitter.
The night's young, Tony.
And she has a terrible Boston mafia family.
It's pretty great.
Called the White Trees.
And I am Lauren at Random Tuesday on Twitter. And I am your GM for this evening and have nothing to do with any of the terrible things that have befallen these characters. So, with that, previously on Shadowrun Corporate Sense.
Wait, is that? No, I forgot when we do it. Is it
Wow!
Mine doesn't happen.
I kind of forgot if it was before or after the previously on, and so I got really nervous.
Wow, okay. So last time, MMFEC had decided that the best course of action was to rescue several children that had been gone missing from the Seattle Metroplex. There was a common thread among these children that they had been participating in a program called the Squires, which was an offshoot of the official Ares Squires program. And then, they, as sinless children, they had then been offered both full ride tuition at the prestigious Galahad Academy in Michigan, Bay City, Michigan, as well as sins, limited corporate sins, as part of Ares and part of the Ares family. Suspecting that this may or may not involve Mainframe's past, and specifically her parents, who are currently two members of the faculty / one is the president of the Galahad Academy, they suspected that foul play may be at work. These children had been reported missing, no information had been sent to their families, and also there was a brief attempted kidnapping of Mainframe after she tried to investigate what was happening there. So, along with oatmeal flying and other delightful things. So the conclusion they came to is that their best course of action was to make it to Michigan. And after successfully flying a plane, staying up through most of the night, acquiring a school bus to get to Bay City, and then doing some reconnaissance, our team has found themselves somewhat sleep deprived on or near the campus of Galahad Academy with what appears to be two objectives. One, to extract the children and rescue them should they not wish to be there or should be there if they are there under some form of coercion. And to shut down any nefarious program that may be doing metahuman experiments against these individuals' will, which is suspected to be run by Mainframe's parents, or at least their involvement is likely. So that puts us on the campus of Galahad Academy, or in Bay City, Michigan. I'm just gonna go down the line and remind everyone of where they left off. Cromwell, after successfully infiltrating onto the campus, sneaking around in his most stealthy way, dodging cameras and lights and other things, had utilized his supernatural sight, or sound. Is it sound? His
Sound.
His daredevil sense. After utilizing his daredevil sense, he discovered that there's on one of the 3 buildings on the campus, there appeared to be 11 sleeping smaller persons, smaller metahumans, in a hallway or off of a hallway that had motion sensors that were not found in any of the other hallways within the door. So he then also went to investigate the main campus building, the sort of academics building, where there were 2, and offices, where there were 2 larger magical barriers that prevented him from fully seeing inside what was going on in those rooms, because he couldn't place his vision inside and they were walls and things. So he concluded that the likelihood is that one of those 2 locations in that building, or possibly both of them, would have something to do with any experiments that might be going on, especially if they can later correlate that to an actual map of the building. And that it's likely if there are, because there were a dozen listed children, if they are there, those 11 sleeping figures may in fact be those children, as they seem to be more heavily secured. Then he went to sleep in a bush, setting up a proximity wire or proximity sensor that periodically alarmed and woke him up as a passing raccoon got within 2 meters of it and set it off. No guards, however, found him, and he slept mostly soundly until we resume our action at some point in the morning.
Status update. There seem to be some kind of fat cats wearing masks on these grounds. I've never seen them before. Probably paranormal.
So we'll say you're not going to operate with any major sleep-related penalties beyond what you choose to roleplay. Elsie, you attempted to get into the dormitory building with the help of Mainframe. It didn't go quite as planned. You encountered one of the guards who was curious why you were there. So you ended up convincing them to let you into the building and played it off that you were hungover. And proceeded to make your way into the bathroom, pass out with fake vomit on the ground, and surrounded by potato chips so that the crunch would wake you up in the morning. And we left off at 6 a.m. with you being woken up by someone screaming, "What the hell are you doing in my shower? Are you okay?"
Oh, are you okay? At least
Then they realized that you looked like you were passed out and there was vomit on the ground. So, there was a momentary fear and then like some level of caring.
Great. So my plan is working. That's what I'm hearing.
Yeah. So you're in the building. Fang decided that someone needed to stay awake all night.
Someone needed to be the like comms links between the 5 things.
And
Everyone's saying.
Fang, who had acquired this totally legal school bus.
It's totally legal. I bought it.
Who purchased totally legally this school bus from someone who runs an impound lot and a taxi service from that impound lot.
Totally legal.
She is in the school bus.
What is we decided that the side of the school bus had Bay City School District on it.
No, I
correct?
think it's probably because you guys landed in Detroit, right? I think you did.
we landed in a small
It was like a
municipal
small
airport.
kind of municipal airport, so it's probably some random.
If it's Detroit, it's probably just tagged by like.
It's like at this point,
good.
like the districts, but the district got like scrubbed off of it, so it's
Great.
just like you see like an R and maybe an E, but maybe it was an F.
Really hard to.
And like what could be an
Red
A
Chef
school district.
Okay.
Like SD is the only thing that's
Okay.
left on the end.
Because I need to return that eventually. But Fang, staying up, cleaned the entire bus.
Just the whole thing.
I mean, what else am I gonna do?
There was like 5 wet wipes in the
Yes.
bus, and you used those.
Yes, thoroughly.
Thoroughly.
but I found some long haul, and everyone's gonna be fine. Because long haul is legal, and there's like just little, like they're kind of big.
You cleaned the bus?
Yeah. I like swept it out. I got rid of the
Fang,
spiders.
you really do have a heart of gold.
It's my bus.
Does your arm have like little like cleaner attachments that like?
Yeah, I just unscrew it and then screw in the like duster.
Mainframe was having nightmares, but they gradually turned to like lemony scented nightmares,
Yeah.
which was very peculiar.
Yeah.
Like she might walk like 2 blocks to go to like a grocery store. Not a grocery store, like one of those
Yeah. You found like a
Convenience
cache
stores.
of long haul in the
yeah.
box.
So Fang is gonna be a little bit jittery,
Expired.
but totally gonna be awake.
Yeah. So fun fact, you will stay awake for 24 hours.
24, okay.
And then if you don't take another dose of long haul after 24 hours, you will crash.
How many doses are in the glove compartment? The thing that I looked and found and cleaned.
2.
Good. So we have, after tonight, I have another 24 hours and a
The
dose.
second one doesn't, I don't think, lasts for a full 24 hours.
Great. So we have somewhere between 24 and 40 hours to save the day.
I don't even think we were in a hurry before.
Nope, we have to be quick now.
Conversely, we have 24 to 48 hours to put up with an even more insane than normal thing.
Guys, it's gonna be completely fine. I have a plan. It's gonna be great. And oh my god, please look at this picture of a swamp cat. I found it.
Is it just speed? Is
No,
it
no, no.
just-
It's like 5-hour energy.
Yeah,
but
but-
it's like 5 doses of 5-hour energy. It just alleviates the need for sleep. It doesn't have any other effects on you.
It's fine.
Sure.
Where are you?
If you don't, you crash. Like
Yeah,
if you
yeah.
stop taking after 24 hours and you sleep for like, I think it's like 8 plus like 3d6 hours or something. You can end up sleeping for like 24 hours.
Good thing the bus is clean.
Yeah.
The bus
Long
is
nap.
clean. Fang put her jacket over your shoulder.
Like,
So we
she,
went up to
picked you
lemony
up and like
scent
cleaned under you.
And a jacket.
Yeah.
And Mainframe's got like some tear tracks because she was it was not a good night out there.
So you ended up sleeping in the van, correct? You
Yeah,
went
the
back
bus
to the
thing.
bus.
Yeah, I went back to the bus when things went bad on the Matrix.
So you went back, you wake up, whatever time is decided that you guys wake up, and Mordecai had slept through the entire thing, wakes up relatively well rested because he slept on the airplane and he slept on the bus.
Do I get my point of edge back?
Yeah, I think you do.
Oh,
You slept
shoot.
for a total
I
of 8
still-
hours. Everyone else, you're in the same position you were in at the end of last week.
Cool.
I did repair the one Matrix damage I
Okay,
took though.
cool.
Wait, do I not get a point of edge back for the plane ride?
No, you
Still have no edge.
and Cromwell were talking, and definitely you have to sleep for
At
at
the
least
very
8
least.
hours to get edge back, and the plane ride was about 4.
That's gonna be fine. I don't need edge.
So one way that they could acquire edge would be
was
through your
edge?
generous donations. If we reach $500 in tips, they would, including myself, I'll get a point of edge.
That would be great.
If that's a thing that so happens to happen.
Yeah, because
So
That's
at 6 a.m., Elsie gets woken up. Like someone yelling at her in the bathroom. Like, first of all, they're like, ah! Ah! Oh my god, are you okay? And then they start shaking you.
Yeah, because
they
I don't wake up at the first yelp
Yeah.
because I had a nap on the plane, but I only
You piloted the plane. So you did not sleep
hope
for
you
4
did.
did I
hours.
nap on
There
the
was
bus.
a nap.
Yeah, on the bus.
You might have taken like a quick 30
So this was only like a 2-hour.
Yeah.
It
It's
wasn't
been,
even a. Yeah.
I think you went to sleep at about 3, so it's been about 3 hours. So you're
okay. Okay.
it's not great. So you're gonna operate at -1 to your willpower,
okay.
due to your
It's
lack
one of those
sleep.
things where like I wake up and I've got the imprint of what?
do you want this marker to write it down on your sheet?
Thank you.
I didn't.
I like
really
that
just-
one.
You got a heart of gold, Fang. Heart of gold.
Yeah, I think I wake up. I've got like the grate.
Like the tile
Yeah,
route.
and somehow I've gotten cream corn in my hair.
Well, you did use it as fake vomit.
I did. So, yeah, I just say to her, I had a really bad night, which isn't a lie.
Yeah. yeah.
And I'm like, oh, is it time to get up now?
Well, I have drills. You know, whatever you call
She
it,
in color
like morning drills.
Oh. Drill team? Color guard? Elsie's like, tell me more.
No, it's it's the morning exercises or whatever.
Oh.
It's military. It's basically military school.
Oh,
Get
it's like,
information and run 3 miles.
Yeah, like you get up and you run 3 miles, and she is on the 6 a.m. shift right now.
great.
What are you morning? You must be. Did you just start your night shifts?
Yeah.
Those are really tough. They get
Yeah,
to people
I'm
really
sorry.
quickly.
I
But
was
it's
not
just part of the
feeling-
training. You've got to be able to stay up all night sometimes, and still be able to run 3 miles at 6 a.m.
I can't believe they train us to do that.
Yeah. Well, it depends on which program you're in, right? And we're both, you know what you obviously picked the program.
Oh yeah, same as you, right? Yeah.
Well, do you need like a change of clothes, or can you get back into your room? Are you gonna be okay? Here,
Oh
have
God,
some
I'm running
water.
late.
We
And
have
I
to
was
be
like,
there
do you?
at 6:30.
Oh my God, can you spot me a change of clothes?
I only have the ones I'm gonna change into. I'm really sorry.
Oh, okay. I gather my things and I
She's like, "Are you sure you're gonna be okay? Drink some more water. It's really. I had a friend who passed out once in mile 3, and they just sort of left them there."
Wait. It goes past 3 miles?
Sometimes you just run until they tell you to stop. You've done this before, right?
Yeah. All right, thank you. And I'm like, because Elsie's just like not ready for cardio, so she's like,
Not ready to get up at 6 in the morning.
Who is really?
no. But I will, once I'm in I come out of the bathroom and I'm in the hall and I'm really looking for somebody who's left their door ajar. Is there, or
Yeah, give me a quick perception.
yeah. Oop, let's- Still pretty sleepy.
That's all right.
I know there's a hallway and I know there are.
You manage to catch it as someone is like, you see, like you're kind of stumble from the bathroom and like sort of walk a little bleary, and then you catch just as someone is like coming out of their door.
Great.
So they're opening it and they're exiting their room.
Okay. Yeah, I'll catch the door. I'll try to keep pretty quiet.
Okay, give me a stealth.
Let's see. What is my... Oh, that was better. All right, I got 4 out of that.
It also helps you like notice as they go past you that they're just like, oh god, and you're like, oh, that must be what it's like when you're on the nights. It's like you have to stay up all night and then get up for the regular shift.
Oh man.
When they do their weird night military training routines. And so they like stumble away to the bathroom and you manage to catch the door.
Yeah.
And you slip into the room and it will latch behind you. The rooms are pretty minimal and bare. They've got like a closet, a desk, and a bed, and they're all single, like very small. Like you can like put your hands out and have like maybe like 2 feet before you touch both walls if you're standing in the middle of the room. It's basically enough space to do push-ups on the floor next to the bed.
Wow.
And this is their nicest school.
Yeah.
It's a single room.
Yeah, I know. It's nice.
Like,
It's
it's
nice.
nice.
Do they have like larger ones for like patrols? Because they can't do push-ups. They need their like.
I mean,
human.
you would probably like it's probably troll side. Like it'd be big enough for
Yeah, okay.
most for a troll.
Trolls
size,
don't need
too.
to do push-ups.
They're bored.
All right. So things I'm looking for: coffee, snacks, a student ID, any sort of outfit I could wear to really look like a student,
Great.
including running shorts.
Loot the room.
You loot the room.
Yes.
There is some protein bars,
Ooh.
so you can snag. There's no coffee, but there's some protein bars. You are able to find a uniform, but it clearly is too large for you. Like it hangs on you very loosely. So it's like a pair of like running track pants and a t-shirt, and it's like Galahad Academy with their logo and stuff on it. So you get the idea that like that would probably be what they wear for morning morning routines. Sorry, my brain is in like in different mode to describe
All right.
what you do in the morning.
I put it on. I mean, is it going to be around my knees if I try to go on a run?
No, like you would like it's a drawstring, so you
Yeah.
can tighten it and like make it fit, but it definitely is probably like you're a small and it's a large. Like the shoulders of the t-shirt will hang off of you and it fits a little bit like a dress, but like you could wear it. It's
Yeah.
not gonna impede your movement.
Yeah.
You're just gonna stand out a little
I'll
bit.
take the end and do something cool with it.
Oh,
Make it
yeah,
look
yeah,
it's
like-
a choice rather than a
Not your
accident.
t-shirt in the
Yeah,
side and
or
like flip
something.
one over your shoulder.
Something
you know,
like
yeah.
that. Yeah.
Oh, you're one of those.
Whatever the cool kids are doing.
Puff your hair up like the 80s.
Like, I assume like here everybody has to go through like basic training before they can go into what their specialty is.
Right.
And so you would fit in most as someone who is going through basic, given you look on the younger side.
Yeah. I send a message to Cromwell.
Basic includes staying up all night.
I send a message to Cromwell and I just tell him, I'm gonna head out, I think, for a run. To see if I can did you get eyes on that building
Yes.
that had the floor we couldn't see? Or the
We already lose Claudia.
On board,
Okay.
on board the academic building, there's a magical area up high. There's one in the basement. There's motion detectors and a lot of defenses, and there's some sort of magical cat bandits roaming around the area as well. But they seem to
One
have
of them is, like,
disappeared now
sniffing
that
you
the
right
sun's coming up. You're going running, really?
Maybe. I don't know. I'm trying to figure. Should I take a look upstairs? And then, or have you haven't gotten much of a chance to look at the admin building?
I think Mainframe's got most of the intel on the building and all that. Maybe check in with her.
Is she awake? Who else is awake?
Ugh.
Why does it smell like lemons?
Good question. I don't know. Why does it smell like lemons?
Morning.
Good morning,
You're
chum.
squeaking and footsteps on top of the bus, like. I didn't mean that to sound as dirty as it did. It's just
No,
cleaning.
Cromwell's not there, so it's fine.
Fine.
Yeah, it's just cleaning.
Good morning. Are you okay?
Yeah. I mean, I slept on a shower floor, so that happened.
How'd recon go?
Went okay. I'm in one of the dorm buildings now, and we think that they may be housing those kids on the 4th floor. There seems to be extra security up there. So I'm just trying to figure out. Cromwell's out on campus. I think there's another building that we think.
I relayed the info on the academic building to Mainframe last night, I think. So you've got 7th floor, I believe, was one, and the basement was the other area.
Well,
Yeah.
I feel like I need to get a wired connection into the systems. The wireless shit didn't work, so I'm going in.
Mainframe 3, do you hear that noise? It's on top of the bus. Where's Fang, anyway?
Guys, did you know that if you scrape off all the spit wads and gum from the last 3 years, Fang is at the point is just curled over the top of the window and yelling through it like
Who does that even
Of course
open?
she is.
guys.
Okay, this one probably.
And we
has
both,
broken windows.
I would probably jump when she pops down the window like that. Ah!
It's such a I never knew car ownership would be so satisfying.
Oh yeah, it's
I
great.
could have told you.
Yeah, it's fantastic. So
What have you named it?
bus.
No, I get it.
Yeah.
Bus.
It's the bus.
To the point.
Straightforward.
Get to the bus.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah.
Well done.
Yeah, you guys know what she's talking about if she says get to the bus.
Yeah, and if we need to come up with a code name for it, we can call it get to the mellow yellow train. Choo choo, motherfucker. I don't know. What the story
The
is?
metal yellow train choo choo motherfucker is the code word.
Yes.
Yeah, no, that's about as
just
efficient as
brainstorming
saying
here.
bus.
We're totally just brainstorming here, but what is?
I feel that.
It's no wrong ideas in a brainstorm.
We're so ready. You ready for
sign
this?
language? Yeah, I'm.
Are you ready?
Yes, I'm ready. I'm going to get. Mainframe has a plan now. She bought using her knowledge of Ares from her past. She bought actioneer business clothes that she believed would fit in. And she arranges her hair in an elaborate bun that's large enough to hide a jammer.
Nice.
At the nape of her neck. So there's
All
a
good
jammer in
fingers.
there that she, and also some tin foil, so it's a really big bun. It looks like a very clear stylistic choice, but it's slicked back.
Yeah.
To look severe.
Yeah.
Because she figures she's trying to come off as an assistant professor or something. Not too high, not too low. She's definitely pushing a little bit of sex appeal. She's going to need it.
Sexy accountant.
Is it like what's
Interesting.
her name in Top Gun? Her teaching outfit.
Yeah. Except your
That
hair
fits
is
in
more
with Ares,
slick and
yeah.
less big.
What does the campus look like by day, by the way? Is it sort of like a college campus in security with like a wall?
Yeah, so it is it's probably not a straight up open campus, but it's like a nice sort of wrought iron kind of fence around it. You notice that the buildings there's the 3 buildings, and they kind of vary a little bit in architecture, but it's definitely intended to sort of appeal to some of that like New England old money sort of vibe. It may have likely been some other sort of campus type building in the past before it was repurposed and refurbished. So it's definitely got like tasteful foliage and decorations and trees and bushes and things like that. So in terms of security wise, on the surface, it definitely would look like a normal campus. You probably notice there are more seemingly guards patrolling around or stationed that you would run into. The buildings themselves, like getting into a building is probably where you'd encounter most of the security or like the increasing levels of security. The admin building is open, at least certain floors are open to the public, so that's where you would go in without anyone like questioning necessarily who you are. But if you try and go into the dorms, you still need to have an ID, and the same with the academic building. You still have to get in with an ID. It's like that one also probably has a foyer that's open to the public, or like you can go in where it's pretty, and then as soon as you try and get anywhere else, it's like identification. So on the surface, everything looks like relatively lower intensity in terms of the security. If you look closer, you probably notice that like there's a lot of cameras. A lot of cameras.
Cromwell has a camera too, which he keeps open if you want to see what's going on.
Mordecai, I don't know how you're feeling, but I could really use some sparkles. I think I'm gonna need them.
You're talking about my magic when you say that. I'm trying to like not interpret it as being derogatory to basically what has been my life's pursuit.
That's fair.
But
what would you like me to refer to it as? Just your magic, or is there a better term?
Sure, you know, that would be fine, or you could call it help. I'm a helper.
May I have your help?
Absolutely. What is it that you're?
I need to be more convincing.
I
need to be able to hide my disdain for the people working for this organization.
Something I attempt to do every day with the world. Very well.
Attempt is the key word in that sentence.
I have your consent.
Not succeed.
You do have my consent.
All right. I reach out and I put a hand on Mainframe's shoulder, and okay, yeah, your charisma goes up by 4.
Oh, thank you. That is.
And it is actually like, it looks like sparkles that flow, even though I don't want to admit it.
Magic.
Yes.
There are 12 now sparkle emojis in your chat window.
She's just baiting me.
Any other things that you want to know about what the building looks like on the outside? So you see, the other main thing you see is you see the 3 buildings, and then you also see kind of like a field court sort of area where clearly like it's for athletics, like an athletics field.
I think we clarified there's cameras, there's motion detectors in the building,
yes,
but not on the outside.
First and fourth floor.
There's motion detectors like in the foyer of the buildings.
Probably windows and doors are alarmed.
So what's our objective?
From the outside, none of them look like they open.
Maybe Elsie should try to get up to figure out where the 11 kids end up working out in the morning.
Have you left the building yet, or are you still in the classroom?
I'm still in the building,
okay.
And as far as our objective goes, I think we may or may not need to get the kids out. I think it's more of like, if there's one of them in the lab, we probably do, but I think if they're up in their dorm rooms, I think they're probably okay. So it's really about finding the lab and finding that stuff, right?
I mean, I want to propose that the kids might be safer if we find enough evidence that the program is negative, and Draco Foundation can help us get them out if they're still here.
Well, we don't even know if they'll want to leave unless we
right.
give them evidence that there's
I
a
just
reason
feel
to.
like now that we've actually seen the building, we know like the kids in their dorms are going to class. They're okay, I think. So we don't have
and
to.
exactly-
It's not like an emergency to get them out.
I would agree with
And I
that.
think the plan we talked about last week is if we expose these people, Ares themselves may
Yeah.
be likely to take care of the children in a way that's not as improper as what Mainframe's parentals are possibly doing.
Elsie, are you using your mask right now? Is she wearing her mask?
I don't think so. You didn't say you were putting it on.
No, I haven't yet. I mean, it's on me.
Oh, it's on you.
Yeah.
Okay.
So you're outside the building, right? You're still kind of outside the academic
Yeah.
building. Give me a perception.
4 hits.
So you notice as you're kind of still camped out in the bush, one, there's a raccoon right near you. Like you're in a raccoon's bush. It is where it's like eating trash. But more importantly,
Magic cat is keeping eyes on me. I'm under siege.
do you have like food in your pocket? It's gonna like try and like steal food from you. An entirely unrelated to that and way more important piece of information, but less entertaining for me. You notice that the same, so you probably recognize them from when you were doing the
That's an angry fucking raccoon.
really angry raccoon.
It's graduated from basic training.
Have you ever met a raccoon that isn't angry?
It's very raccoon.
I've
Oh,
met
no,
ones pretending they weren't
But the
angry.
raccoon
Mordecai.
that like dissolves, it's like marked
cotton
like
candy?
cotton candy. That's just a sad raccoon.
But it did learn after the third time
Yeah.
not to put the cotton candy in the water.
yeah.
What?
Go YouTube
There's a
cotton
video
candy
of
raccoon.
a raccoon that gets cotton candy, but like raccoons wash their food, and so it tries to wash the cotton candy in the water, but it dissolves, and it does it like 3 times before it figures out that it can't wash cotton candy.
It's just like,
it's really sad.
no.
Can we cancel the rest of the show and just watch
It just like pats the water a lot. Like where did
I feel the strength of the entire chat room just
Yeah.
going.
someone post that video?
Anyone who feels
There
sad
goes our
never had to
viewers.
fight a raccoon off with a broom on your front porch.
Have you had to? I've not.
I had
You
a friend
to
who
fight
had
off
a
raccoons
raccoon
from our
pet.
chickens. Okay, focusing. You recognize
Good story.
11 individuals that
Oh.
are walking not immediately next to you. They're probably they appear to be leaving like from the door. I assume like your vision probably, your ultrasound probably has enough of a radius that you could catch just like towards the entrance of the dorm.
I can see them on the astral plane.
Yeah, and so you see these individuals, they're going past and they seem to be walking towards the field, the track. Or
Sit rep, the 11, what we think might be 11 of the 12 is headed toward the field.
you also notice that there are relatively near them, there's at least another 4 people that appear to be larger,
Is there
more
anybody who
adult
is...
size.
Sorry.
They are guarded by 4 adults and an unknown number of magical cat bandits.
There's an idea that I have. It came in my brain just a second ago because I'm seeing it through the video.
Are you okay, Faye?
Yes,
you
it's
sound
fine.
faster than
There's mostly the video, like, because you don't realize that you're in, like, a bush still, so the video is just a lot of leaves.
Oh. Oh. Well, anyway, I heard
Mostly.
your boy's image brain. Take one of the slower kids and pull them into the bush and then talk to them in the bush.
No.
Well, I don't know what we're gonna do because there are kids there.
We don't have proof yet of anything. That's assault and kidnapping
Not if
by
you're
a
just-
troll.
Not if you're just moving them into
We
a
should
bush.
find a 12th.
Okay.
Also, I think they're closer to Elsie than me, probably.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
I'm gonna take my bag, you know, and be really super cash. I have my sniper rifle on me, concealed. So I'm just gonna
Super cash sniper
cash.
rifle.
but I'm going to head out and just see. I'm gonna make my way towards the admin building. In theory, if I don't see these kids on my way.
So as you exit, they're, I don't know, maybe 50 meters or so in front of you. They're not super close, but they're there, and you see basically what appears to be like 2 lines, like a buddy system of kids, or like relatively. They're not marching, but you definitely get a sense of like they've had military training. Like they are organized and somewhat regimented, and there's like an adult at the front, an adult at the back, and then like 2 people kind of corralling them. I don't know how many people have walked groups of children, but it's like herding cats. But these are more well-trained magical cats. So that's what you would notice just like kind of at a casual glance. If you want to try and observe them in more detail, you can give me a perception.
Yeah. Yeah, let's do that. Why not? 2. Because I still haven't had coffee yet.
So at first glance, most of them, at least more than half of them, look pretty human. Probably only one of them stands out to you as being like shorter than the others. And then one looks like they might be an orc, but otherwise they all look pretty human. You notice that at least 2 of the adults are probably guards. They are armed. They appear to be wearing like guard-like uniforms, but without identification. And then you can't really tell what the other 2 are.
Good grief. All right, I'm gonna head over to the admin building then, since we'll need to find that 12th kid.
The magic things were in the academic building.
Oh, sorry, academic building.
Yeah, paper towel.
Cromwell, are you seeing these kids?
Yep, I've got eyes on, well, not eyes, but
So, they're can you look at their auras and see if any of those humans aren't actually human?
the only way I was able to tell that you wasn't exactly human was by spending a lot of time with you. But all I might be able to do is sneak closer and use my ultrasonic to get a better view of them.
Well, it would be a sign that some of them have been subjected to abuse. If we were able to figure that out, it might be a trail we could follow. Something to keep in mind. As she's talking to him, she's putting on zinc oxide on her face and then putting makeup over it to fool facial scanners. So she doesn't have a mask. It's a trick she learned when they would try to sneak out at night when they were kids, corp kids. So, because they probably have her on file, and she would rather not have them know she's in the building because she knows what will happen if they know. And then she heads out, intending to go to join Elsie at the administrative building.
Okay, so fun thing to know, admin building's not going to open till 8 a.m.
What time is it now?
It's probably 7. So you guys have a little
the daily schedule.
Why is that a problem?
bit of time. Well, no, it's just if you're trying to get in as like someone who's so the admin building is open to the public. The public portions of the building won't open until 8 a.m.
But you're dressed
And it
like
is currently 7.
like you work there.
Yes.
So
Mainframe 3, you're just gonna like walk right in there, aren't you? Aren't you at all worried that they're going to find you? And
Yes, I am very worried about that, but I'm not comfortable letting them continue to do this. And this is my best shot at getting information that could take them down.
well, do we even know where to look for for proof of what it is that they're doing?
Probably on my father's computers or devices associated with my mother's research.
All right, I just say walking. I just gotta say walking in there by yourself seems pretty risky. Maybe we could get either Elsie could come back and escort you, or
I'm headed there now. Though.
Yeah, I think the plan is that Elsie and
Mainframe
Mainframe are going to meet up to go into the academic building.
Are you asking to go with her?
And our final goal is to get into the academic building, right?
You know,
I think that's where they're aiming for.
Not
Right now,
not
the
each
two of
other.
you are going to meet up and try and go into the academic building, and Cromwell is basically there as well. And you're pretty sneaky, so
Yeah.
well, I don't want to.
although maybe not sneaky enough to go in the front door.
I don't know how convincing I am trying to go in the front door. If I were to go in, I would probably try to sneak over the fence or something like that.
Well, okay. I just was trying.
Fang, I get what you're doing, Fang.
Okay, I'm gonna go over here.
You've got a heart of gold, Fang. I don't know if I've ever told you that.
I don't think you have, Big Papa.
I think
you
we
do.
should try to get all of us into the academic building because I don't get the feeling that Mainframe's parents is a sort to just sort of say like, all right, you win, we give up.
But I'm not even planning on confronting them. I just need information to take away that proves that they're doing bad things.
All right.
If folks want to help, that's fine, but please don't go in there thinking we're solving the world's problems in one go. You don't take Ares down in a night, and we will die if we throw ourselves in that hard. I'm not asking anyone to do that.
So the plan is for you two to go together and then do the hacky hack and the talky talk, and then we're gonna be back up.
I mean, it might be that we could use a distraction, and maybe there's maybe you guys keep a thread on those 11 children. Maybe you're gonna get better information before we do. I don't want to give the impression that I'm going to go and put a gun to my father's head immediately, because I think there's more elegant ways of solving this problem.
We're still in reconnaissance.
Okay, cool.
All right, then I won't try to capture the raccoon. Magic cat magic.
I guess what I'm saying is then don't try not to make any big moves before we get the muscle in place to back you up. Because you and Elsie, you're great at what you do, but you're also pretty squishy, so.
I like to imagine that Mordecai does that while like poking her arm, like and then like demonstrates by poking Fang.
Tink,
Like,
tink, tink. Squish, squish. Tink, tink. Squish.
And he says that.
I'm glad we had this moment.
Oh, don't go missing. Because you are great and everyone wants to steal you because you're that great.
this is the last time you went in by yourself.
Just the one group wants to steal me. And I happen to be walking into some offices that may be associated with them, but it'll be...
Cool.
I will do my best for you, Fang.
Just for me.
Just for you.
Excellent. Go.
It's, some time has passed, so...
Yeah.
Push us
Time
man.
passes.
Going for...
Push you off the bus.
Trying to aim for the chaos of, like, morning rush, building opening. Like, that's our best time to come in.
Yeah. So the campus seems to sort of start waking up. You see other kids going towards the field. If you choose to watch them, they kind of, like the 11 kids go into a slightly separate area. They'll do a lot of exercises and drills. There's other people doing exercises and drills. There's like people, like clearly when they run their 3 miles, they're like, they exit the campus and run 3 miles and come back through the city. There's like probably some pristine lakeside something, or I don't know what the geography looks like, but there's nice places to go running that are also muddy and slippery, and you might fall over and land on barbed wire.
You get a
keep your feet
continuous
about you.
update of this, but it's interspersed with description of what the cat bandit is doing.
So if you're keeping kind of track of them, things will get busier. Again, you're not subtle on this campus, so as long as you're sneaking or stealthing, you'll probably be okay. But if you ever just like try and wander out in the open, someone will come talk to you.
He's wearing his Charlie Hammer outfit, but I realized that is not the standard Ares outfit of this campus.
No, it's not. And may also get people to be more confused by your presence. So that's assuming what you're doing. You guys are going to stay in the bus. At this point, mainframe, you enter in the campus. Like the gate is open, you can come in. It's not like they stop you. There's the admin building will be the thing that's right in front of you, but you can go around it and go towards the classes building. And you probably managed to coordinate it at roughly the same time that Elsie is there, and you see her in her like baggy gray track pants and like loose fitting t-shirt. Do you like make it look like, and like a backpack, do you like try and make it look like you were running and like you like splash like gross water on yourself and stuff so she looks sweaty? Yeah. And there's people going in and out of the building and into the foyer, and some of them will go up the stairs and some will kind of go onto hallways on either side. Most of those doors, like it's one of those situations where technically you probably need a key card, but like if you're there during a passing period between classes, for many of the hallways, it'll just be busy enough that you can probably just slip in behind someone else.
So her father is, you didn't say headmaster, did you?
President.
He's a president. I can't drink coffee today.
He's president, and my mother's running their research department. Like
medical.
Head professor of medical thingies.
So is it believable that Elsie would need to go see the president?
No, we're not going to go straight there.
Thanks, Mark.
My cover, and I communicate quietly to her. I think I'm going to, if pressed, I will pretend that I am a low-level assistant for my father, because I can probably drop enough believable shit to pass. But we are not gonna. I'm just looking to get to a terminal where I can connect to the Matrix undisturbed with a wire. That is my goal.
Okay. So if you head into the building and look around, look for some signage, I don't know how close you guys want to stay together, but no one's gonna look particularly suspicious of you. Give me just a quick performance. Kind of, and same for you, just to see how well you guys fit in to your roles.
4.
6.
So you guys fit in all right. You're fine. No one's going to like immediately be like, "Hey, you don't belong here," unlike they probably would with any of the other 3 people. That would go in.
Not our role.
Not our job.
It's a meta basis world. What
Yeah.
can I say?
It's not even that. It's just like cyber arms, yellow tracksuit, unkempt poncho, and knight errant uniform.
Trench coats, fedora,
Like,
cigar.
yeah, like it's not even related to your meta type. It's just purely based on
But
how
they'll
you're
know who I
dressed.
am.
Like it's like Harvey Bullock from the Batman the Animated Series.
Good.
costume.
Yeah, okay.
Good.
Excellent.
Got it.
So on the plus side, though, you are not the ones going in. It is the sneakier of the 2. So you blend in fairly well, and you hit it right at the time that classes. So you notice you have about 10 minutes, and like people seem to be filtering it all going to a specific location. But you eventually spot a sign that like points to a library. So your best bet would be probably going to the library that would have terminals that like people could sign into and utilize, but you may be able to find like a discrete corner that you could jack into, especially if you had someone kind of on lookout. You get the feel the whole time you're there, you're like, there are so many cameras and people are going to be watching you at all times if you do any, like someone might spot if you do something suspicious. So you, I assume, head towards the library.
Yeah.
Throw that out there.
Library.
Yeah, I'm gonna get you there.
I try to also snag like a campus map or something.
They probably don't have paper
They probably
maps.
don't. Yeah, they probably.
You might be able to see like some fire escape signs and get some basic layouts of like the given floor that you're on, but it probably wouldn't tell you anything about any of the other floors.
Okay.
You are able to see like some of the elevator listings, and it'll be like classes or like lecture halls, and then you notice, so this I think I said was an 11-story building, and the top 3 floors are listed as offices.
Great.
And there is one basement list. There is a basement listed on there, and it's listed as like there's like the gym and the pool and stuff are down there.
Okay. Do I notice? Do you need a special key in the elevator to get to any of those floors? Yeah. Okay.
Even the basement?
Just curious.
No, not the one that's listed.
Interesting. I honestly, given those choices, I'm almost more drawn to the basement than the library.
But you want to be able to jack in safely.
There's
right?
probably machines that like the gym teachers use or something.
You want to head to the basement instead.
Well, we can, since we're on our way to the library.
It depends on what your goal is. If your goal is to specifically get on the Matrix, the least obvious place for you to do that is going to be the place where people are allowed
Already
to publicly jack in.
Okay.
Or publicly utilize
Great, we'll
computers.
just go to the library. We'll stop being
And this is the admin building, not the academic.
No, this is the academic building.
Oh, it is the building.
Yeah, the admin building is all offices of some kind. It's also smaller.
Okay.
I was
it's
trying to
got,
figure out
like-
if that makes sense for me to try to slip in with you guys, but I think that might blow your cover. So
Yeah, the admin building's also got like student services and payment and all of that stuff. So this one, the top three floors are listed as
I will
offices.
use my vision to kind of scan ahead of them just to let them know if there's anybody, like what rooms are empty.
Okay. You notice that actually in the elevator you were asking if you needed something. You notice there's a print scanner or a scanner of some kind. You could identify it. It's an iris scanner. Sorry, iris print scanner in the elevator.
Okay.
So if you like try and hit the buttons for the offices floor, it doesn't let you go.
Okay.
library.
Yeah, they don't really have office hours. Okay, so it's like, how would that work? You just go to their classroom. So you head down to the library. You probably manage to like slip in behind someone else who uses, who gets through the door to the key card. You go in, it's beautiful, there's books, and you find a terminal in the background, kind of towards the back. where you're able to utilize the terminal to jack in. How close are you going to stay to her?
I'm gonna stay. I want line of sight on her, but I'm not gonna be with her.
Are they in the area that had a magical barrier around it in the
Nope.
basement? Okay.
They went to the library. It's not in the basement.
Oh, it's not in the basement. I'm sorry. Okay.
No.
All right. So I assume we find a corner that's appropriate for jacking in. Are there other folks? My friend feels very odd about jacking in public to do it's not her MO.
You probably wouldn't notice anyone else that's like got a data cable. And
I would
jacking
not
in or
notice
going
that.
in. Yeah, no, there doesn't look like there's anyone else who's in there in VR.
She just mainframe turns to Elsie. It's like, my comlink doesn't appear to be working, so I'm going to work on your schedule right here. Just it'll be a minute. I'm sorry for the confusion.
Okay.
The perfect cover.
I'm just going to wander out of I want to keep an eye on mainframe, but
Okay.
I assume that there's probably some library personnel, and I'm just going to draw enough focus. I'm not gonna do any
You
crazy-
get like stuck in one of those stacks, like I can't move it.
No, it's not gonna be that dramatic. It's just going to be kind of a little bit of high maintenance teenager. But
Roll performance.
okay.
See how many people you distract.
I got my head caught in the moving bookshelves once.
I think
real
I
life?
take a really big history book off the shelf and I put it.
I nearly died.
What is this horrible? Wait, you actually
What
like
this
this actually
happened?
happened?
Wait, what?
I thought it would be hilarious.
Oh no! That's not a good reason.
And I guess I didn't really know how they worked.
That's horrible. I would like to meet Colin Littleton.
I just imagine this was done like 2 years ago.
No, this was a while ago.
I think maybe
I don't remember it, but my friends tell me that I said, I smell a lawsuit before I did it.
You got your.
Anyway.
What did you get your head caught in?
Moving bookshelves at the library.
you don't remember it.
I don't remember saying that. Who knows what else got squeezed out of there?
I would like to go back in time.
Speaking of distractions,
Yeah. So 5.
Great. It's pretty good. I think I'm just
The level of I'm leaving, I'm pulling books
Yeah.
out and
and just leaving them or clearly reshelving them in the wrong area.
Yeah.
No, you're
really subtle, but just enough to kind of
enough
pull
that
focus to.
people are having to clean up after you. Cool.
Yeah.
So you feel like some of the attention is being drawn away from this area. So you've got a little bit more cover in that sense.
and I don't need to mark the host because I'm in it, or
So jacking into the terminal gives you access to that device, which probably lets you do basic matrix actions on the host. See, because you're jacking into the device and not into the host, which is the downside of hosts. So you can pretty much just utilize that device to do any of the functions that device would do, which in this case would probably give you maps, basic information about the university, but getting security devices shut down wouldn't really be able
not
to happen.
security devices, but can I edit student and/or administrator records?
You'd probably need to do a few more things, and you probably need to go into the host to do that.
Okay. All right. Well, I would it feels Mainframe's instinct is to try to create at least one fake identity that will get them further inside. I don't think she can just pull the kind of information she wants from a library computer. She just wants to at least get a student record for Elsie and perhaps low-level administrator access for herself. So do I need to just go?
So when you jack into the device, you can do anything on there. So the first one, give me a quick matrix perception just while you're accessing the library computer.
5.
So you're able to pull up some basic floor plans, all of the most of the main maps. You can't get. You notice that you can't get detailed floor plans of the top 3 floors of 7th, 8th, 9th. I guess there's the 10th and 11th. For some reason, those are separate things. They're not offices. Or they are offices and those ones don't need special access. That's where office hours are. I don't know. I haven't thought this all the way through. Buildings are complicated to
very
design.
mysterious.
it was clearly put together. Someone was like, I want my office on the 7th floor.
That makes sense.
So you can't get super detailed plans, but you do notice there's like, you get a rough layout of what those buildings would look like.
It literally in the plan says, I don't know, buildings are complicated.
Just like some poor architect. You can pull up class schedules and things like that. Like anything that, you can find like what classes are and where they are and at what times and names of professors and things like that. So you have all of that basic information.
Great. So I send the files and an assortment of professor names and class names to Elsie, should she need them for lies.
Yeah.
To make them more believable. And are there's no student like Facebook or anything on there, is there? Like student directory?
Yeah, there's a directory.
Great, pull that too.
Yeah.
Send that to Elsie as well. These are
I mean, it doesn't have a ton of information about any of the students, but it's like name,
close enough.
like a contact, I mean, you go to the UW directory and search for literally anyone at the UW. Like,
Yeah, tech it away.
So we've done our basic data mining. Now about the accounts.
So if you want to get in, that you would need to go onto the host for, because it would be
then.
outside of that device.
Okay.
The other option would be if you wanted to find a higher level clearance device that would be able to do those functions and then jack into that device directly.
Yes. Well, and that's kind of the plan. If I can get into a more secure area of the building with credentials, then I can do the rest of that. But we'll try.
Okay,
We'll
so go
see
ahead and
how
mark the
things-
host. You're also gonna, because you're not trying to control devices and you're mostly trying to copy and find files, you're running fewer risks because of those actions. Because you don't need to mark devices for files.
Great. So, I'm in Hot Sim VR, so but I will run silence. So those two things negate each other.
Nice.
And I will go big or go home. And that gives me this many, and I really don't want to fail. So let's see. Okay, that was a solid start. I will use 5 thumper dice to augment that roll.
Okay, thumpers.
Yes.
Okay. 6 hits.
Yep, you get in.
Okay, I have 3 marks in the host. This just, and the host just looks like a normal school, or is it like Ares themed? Or
Yeah, I
what is
mean, it
this?
looks like a military school.
Military school.
Like everything's very clean and regimented and but surprisingly complicated because matrix buildings are also hard.
Yeah, it's just, it looks like floor numbers have been crossed out. It's very complicated.
It's been remodeled a few too many times.
So mainframe wants to find, I want to find personnel records and student records.
Okay, so
She'll start with the personnel record, because
I'm
did
just going
Elsie
to
have a
assume you
student
can-
ID that you stole?
I did not.
You did not.
you can take your time. You're running. I'm gonna assume you're gonna run silently.
Yeah.
It won't take you particularly long, like 30 seconds or so. You'll sift through, and you'll find student records and staff records, and they're in separate locations. So you need to deal with them separately. Okay. If you want to look through that to find something more specific, like try and match it appearance-wise, what's your goal with that information?
Mainframe's idea is to, can she access her own SIN data from this host?
Possibly.
Her idea is kind of to copy the Iris stuff over to this local host and onto an existing, possibly to existing record, so that she can get access through those elevators.
I mean, I would assume that Mainframes probably knows her sin very well, and she's probably manipulated it before in the past. Has some basic experience with that. Are you looking to essentially create like a fake staff person that matches Mainframe, and you want to insert that into the staff database?
Yeah.
Okay. So let's see how we want to do this. It's probably going to be 2 things. So the first one would be, let's do basically a crack file hacking and hacking a logic to get into the staff database, and then we'll do an edit file to create the persona.
Okay.
And like, I would assume Mainframe has her iris scan. Like,
Yeah. And maybe it's overcomplicating things to say she's accessing her Ares when it's just she just.
you would probably have the basic biometrics for Mainframe. Probably has her own basic biometrics. Like, that's probably a thing she's gotten.
I think it's more about blocking Ares from matching her iris with that with her record.
That would probably be something you can less guarantee because your record, like, they would need to then go look for your record. They wouldn't instinctively know, be like, well, we should check and run this against a different database.
So as long as there's a hit in the local database,
Yeah.
it should be fine. Great. I got 5 hits on the crack file.
You get in?
Nice. And
So
you
you-
said edit file?
Yeah, edit file, and then this will kind of determine the quality of the fake identification you're making. And also duration.
Before.
Because at some point they'll purge through the system, and this will see how long it lasts.
I got 6 hits.
Okay.
So this is it's less of an exciting Matrix thing, but there is just a lot. It's pretty classic Minority Report, taking little pieces and pushing things around and moving little parts of the profile in front of her in VR.
So you get the impression that it should last through this workday. So, like, when they do a system purge or, like,
Probably at 2
through their
a.m. or
database,
something.
yeah, at 2 a.m. it'll probably get cleaned out. And that the more it gets used, the more likely it's going to be flagged as not real. You get an idea that probably about 1 use per hit.
One.
So you had 6 hits, so you can probably use it about 6 unique times before it will become a big problem.
Okay.
And so each time you use it, it becomes less
It's like the number 6 comes to her. It's like 6
times. Like each time you use it, it'll become slightly less robust.
Fair enough. And then for Elsie, shifting focus over to the student database.
Let's do the same thing.
Okay.
That one, I assume you do not have Elsie's biometrics, so it will be more like you're finding a student that looks close
like
to
her.
her, and then you're kind of going to give her that information or create a fake ID for it.
I got 5 hits on the crack file.
Okay. Yep.
So much better than last time. 5 hits on the edit file.
Okay. Yeah, so you're probably able to get her. You don't have a card. That's the only issue because you're not able to make that.
But I know what the student's name is, and
Yeah.
now I can escort her to an office to get a card made.
Yeah. So you get some basic information like birth date, all the basic stuff. And what you can probably do is pull one piece of biometric data about that student from their file.
Okay.
So there.
Fingerprint would probably. Do you
Yeah.
have that funny little fingerprint glove thing that does this? Can I do that with?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like you could pull something for her to create a fake with.
We don't have like a fake retina thing.
I have a retina thing. I don't have a fingerprint thing.
Although a student probably wouldn't have retinal access
Also,
to that.
rather
No, but
ironic
this-
that I'm still carrying.
Yeah, that's
when I have
deeply
no
sad.
real
We'll
eyes.
talk about that later.
But I purchased that back after the troll killer mission.
I wonder if I bought a finger. What is it called? The fingerprint thing.
It's like the silly glove or something. It's a glove.
The silly glove.
silly glove.
So the retina thing I have you can either literally copy someone's eye, or it can be programmed using, I think, software.
Yeah.
So
Cellular glove molder.
Cellular glove. Thank you.
I have one of those.
you have that.
Cool.
Nice.
Because you've used it before, where you were like, I'm going to put it on your hand and it's gross and and then
Yeah,
you
I
put it on
used
your
that
own.
when you were
Oh, with
pretending
the
to
corpse.
be
Yeah.
the corpse. Yeah. So you're gonna be able to pull a print scan. And we'll say its rating is 5
Okay.
based on your number of hits that you can use to create that. So if she does go in and tries to get an ID, if they ask for that, you have it. Great.
All right.
Don't.
That seems to be about enough. I just, I don't want to push my luck. I'm very tempted to keep tinkering, but I perform a cursory search for schedules and make it look like I come out of running silent and make it look like I failed at updating a schedule for the user for the customer.
Yeah.
get out of work mode. For the students who she's going to be associated with.
Great.
Disconnect.
After you leave your trail of book detritus, you and Mainframe, what next? What's the plan?
Gonna go to, from the map, there's probably an identity office.
That would be in the
security office
admin building.
in the admin building. Looks like we need to get you a replacement ID.
Okay.
And that's coming out of your commissary budget. This is their third time.
Having flashbacks to my first days at Purdue. Cross campus again to the counselor's office.
Oh. It's the mainframe.
Many hours
escorts.
pass.
I pull out
Yeah.
the stolen protein bars to eat as we walk.
Let's gloss over most of this part.
Yes.
Assume we went to the bathroom and did the mold printing.
Yeah,
and
you get the thing, it's rating 5.
Some
Monta.
80s music plays and it's just people typing on terminals.
They don't seem to
A lot of
register.
waiting in line.
You bluster through some very and it's like 8:30 in the morning, and there's still like 10 people ahead of you in line at the office, like getting ID, because they're students and they're teenagers and they're young adults and they're useless at life.
Oh no.
Next week, MMFEC visits the DMV.
And it's still staring at me.
No, this one's moved on now, and it's like
God.
it's in the tree.
There's nothing left to clean on this bus.
It's sleeping now, maybe, or is it?
They won't let me borrow the vacuum.
So I assume you managed to convince them, and with enough bluster and their aggravation, you get a student ID for mystery student A.
Okay, just rolls off the tongue.
Great. So we're gonna head back to the academic building.
Sure, we can do that.
Are we infiltrating now?
I don't.
Do you guys want to? Maybe you all group up.
Yeah,
Maybe MFEC groups up.
Me on the bus. Let's go have breakfast.
Do we want to go in at night?
Well, here's the thing. My credentials only last until 2 a.m. today.
Yeah.
And so waiting till nighttime doesn't leave us a lot of room for error.
But if you get in there at 10 p.m., you can let us all in, then we go in the lab, and then we can do the lab things, and then we can just light it on fire.
And in fairness, Fang may crash in at
I
5
only
a.m.
have till 6
From
a.m.
what I could tell, all the children were out of the academic building at night, so we'd risk less danger and hurting anyone we don't want to hurt.
Well,
Why is there hurting? Why is there so much hurting?
Historically speaking, once we actually move on a
MFEC
run,
has gone into the van, and Fang has doled out breakfast sausages. And,
I went. I went. There
Did
was
your
sorry,
arms
Ma-
make that too?
no.
Little George Foreman grills.
I took the bus through the drive-through.
you broke off of the side. You
And she just cleaned
scraped
it,
the
too.
top of the bus.
I would
You quick
pretend.
find the listing of how tall the bus was, and you're like, it's probably gonna fit.
It's probably fine. It's 3 katanas tall. It's twice
undercover.
I got all the food. Eat this.
Okay.
3 katanas
My-
tall.
my feeling is historically, when we go in on a run, we tend to not take that long at it because of the way things go. So I'm going to suggest we wait till cover of nightfall when we have the best chance of actually getting in there unseen. Otherwise, we even just getting Fang and myself in there, we can do it, but it's going to be a whole production.
I just think we should wait until the staff are gone for the day, which isn't late night, it's just early evening. And that gives us plenty of time to operate within
With one
mainframe.
caveat. Because I am pretending to be staff, I need to go in at a time that would be normal for staff and not come back out.
Yeah.
So I will go in first, early afternoon.
We both could in afternoon and when everybody's there, and then we could help get everybody else into the building as needed.
That works.
That's great. We need to do something. We don't need more than 2 days in this lab, right?
So your objective currently, just so that I'm on the same page as MFEC, is to get to what you presume is going to be either the office or the actual lab in one of the 2 mana barriered locations in the academic building, and acquire data to determine whether or not they are doing things illicitly with the children.
Yes.
And if we, at that point, we
take
may
that information
we
out
may
and go from there.
dismantle the lab. depending.
If we decide that there's real risk to the children
Yes.
and we don't think that we can get to the Draco Foundation in time, then
Yeah.
we will make a judgment call.
It's probably enough to just expose the lab.
I would
but-
prefer to just expose the lab.
Why not both?
I mean, if I'm being totally honest, I just want to blow the whole fucking thing up. But
Plan C. That's always our plan C. So.
Plan F.
then I'm just as bad as they are.
It's a lot of letters of the alphabet for us, I think.
But it is
I
okay.
think if you
So
was as bad
primary
as-
objective is acquiring information. Secondary objective may or may not involve destruction or extraction, depending
Yeah.
on
If,
information.
if we
Great.
think
I would like to know the 12th kid seems to have been missing a long time, so
I'm gonna point out that 12 kid has, as far as you're concerned, not been in their bed for 5 hours.
Yeah, but then they're also not walking
no,
with
all
the
night,
two.
were not with
all
you.
night last night, right?
Yeah. And then it's 9 in the morning right now.
Oh, right, yeah.
Hasn't been that
Kids
long.
are very reliable. They're always where they're supposed to be at the right time.
right.
This is very
Wait,
concerning.
I just want to make it clear that because all this stuff has to do with if this is okay with you, I would like you to be the caller. Like, if you want us to burn it, we're burning it. When you want us to book it, we're booking it.
Yeah.
Like, as much as these kids matter, if there's any fear of mainframe being swiped,
What?
Wiped.
swiped,
Oh, swiped.
stolen, kidnapped,
I heard-
adult napped.
I heard Snow Wiped, which I
I
thought
also
was
heard that.
No, it's
is the old fairy tale.
Also, as someone who doesn't have parents, sometimes I wish I even had evil parents. So before we kill them, you might want to figure out if you want to keep them around, even if they're evil.
Just getting information.
I agree.
Piece of information as a reminder for you. When you were sensing into the basement, it appeared to be not just one level.
That's right.
Yeah.
I have already relayed that information.
Yeah, you guys were aware
So-
that there was definitely more than there was a large. It would be more than one level. You probably noticed a
Did
ceiling.
that show up on your your friendly,
My map.
somewhat public
Nope.
building records?
It would just be.
It's just the gym level.
Okay.
So for you,
and
what
gym.
basically would have happened is that you reached the floor, and the floor was a mana barrier
Yeah.
that you could then see extending into the floor.
reach the floor of the basement.
Yes.
Right.
And then there was more.
So
and
there's
then there
something
was-
below the gym.
Yeah.
So would you say, based on the information you have, Cromwell, that the basement is of primary interest above the mysterious 7th floor where the children were being
I
kept?
feel like if I was...
No, the children were in the
I feel
dorms.
like if I was working for a corporation and trying to hide this from the very corporation I was working for, I wouldn't put it in the middle of a building. I'd put it below the building.
I would also agree with that general assessment. Yes.
There's only ever bad things in basements.
We've had some bad experiences in basements.
Here's what I think, as somebody who knows about operating during daylight hours and pretending you're doing things that you're not. If I had a lab, I'd want to put it in a basement. If I had my personal offices, I wanted to make sure it didn't get broken into, but it would look weird if I kept going to the gym every day. Offices would be above.
So all the info might be upstairs and all the equipment be downstairs. Is
That's
that what
my
you're saying?
guess. I'm
Okay.
guessing they take the kids downstairs. And the reason there's a barrier on the 7th floor is because they're keeping data up there.
But we want,
Just a guess.
but we want the data, don't we?
That's a pretty good guess.
We do, but I am probably the only one qualified to get the data. So we can get visual information and physical evidence from mysterious basements, but I might have to go up to the 7th floor to get.
My suggestion, if I might make it, is that we should start with you breaking into the 7th floor office,
Okay.
because if that kid is being held and we think it's in the basement, we're more likely to run into personnel down there, and at that point we stop being stealthy.
That is a fair
So
assessment.
I think we should do. I think, as much as I don't want to split the party, I do think maybe we should have you go first. Maybe you take somebody, and then once that data's secured, then we hit the basement, knowing that we're probably gonna hit
some bruisers down there, and they're probably going to have security.
The other thing I may be able to do from the 7th door is make your path a little bit easier.
Ooh. But do you want to do that 7 p.m. because then we can sneak in at midnight to the underground lab?
I'm gonna suss out the 7th floor probably late afternoon.
Yeah, I mean,
'Cause
you notice on the schedule, like, there's stuff happening until about 8 p.m. That would be when, like,
Just be aware,
completely
you
ends.
can't take that spell through the mana barrier, or you'll blow our cover.
So
So you'll
there's
have to
one
do
on
it
the
without
7th
the
floor.
spell.
yeah, there's one on the 7th floor and there's one in the basement.
Okay.
You can go up to the barrier.
Yeah.
You can look
How do
at
I
it.
know where it is?
Well, that's a good point. You would need probably. I would have to project, so I
got
could
a
see
pretty
it for
good
you.
look. I feel like we've probably established ways to describe buildings, if nothing else.
Yeah.
The third
We could guide you up to it, but either way, it's just you can't go past that barrier with the spell unless you want to risk
I would
setting
say-
off the alarms.
The elevator probably doesn't go through the mana barrier, or that would cause problems. So probably
as
you
you get
can
off
take
the
the elevator up, and then you probably should let go of it.
It depends on whether they have awakened staff, because a lot of elevators will go through mana barriers just to prevent. Like if they expect awakened people to be up there, then they wouldn't have it intersect with the elevator. But basically, it's a big part of why Mordecai doesn't like elevators. So
Now we know.
You know,
I didn't know
thought
that.
it was the gremlins.
literally had no idea you were afraid of elevators. This is a good thing to know.
well, this is Dan telling you, not
Do you
Mordecai.
get smushed, or you just stop the barrier?
No, well, it's an astral intersection occurs, so
So the stronger thing wins. So either his spells would get dropped or he would break the barrier.
yeah.
Oh,
And
Hey, everybody, keep your mages safe at home. Don't let them take elevators.
that's what. Okay, good to know when we're getting an apartment.
it'll well, but also
Is this fang?
like for instance, Cromwell, if you're astrally perceiving, then you also intersect with it, and either the barrier comes down or you get knocked unconscious. So,
Possibly, or you just get forced out of astral perception.
if you're dual natured, then
Yeah,
you
then you
get
don't have a
knocked
choice.
out.
Yeah.
But yeah, so we can't. I mean, it's possible. Like it's.
So it sounds like you
but-
just need to take off the.
I can take the
The
spells
spell.
off anytime.
I mean, I know whether or not
The other
barrier
thing.
goes to the elevator.
It does not.
The other thing is Fang can't take her wolf blade through the mana barrier.
I understand.
I forgot about that. 'cause
It's so magic. It's so magic it would break the barrier. I understand that. There is a soul of a beast in it. So
He means the other wolf blade.
Yeah, the howling one.
The original wolf
Yeah.
blade
The original wolf blade
It's
is
just
so
magic
powerful
enough.
is so
no,
powerful.
Wolfblade
that it
is
can
so
get through
magical.
that it can slip through
No,
unnoticed.
It's so magical enough it will burst the barrier.
Yeah,
and so
yeah,
of course I
yeah.
can't. So that means I have to use the original wolf blade.
Yeah, the original wolf
Yeah.
blade is very. It has the stealth of a wolf. and
Yes,
it
it has no magic.
sneak.
Like,
it can
we
sneak
know
past.
Fang, I don't know which one Fang believes has magic or not, but the
So
second
the
blade
first one absorbed the
definitely
wolf,
does.
but it is not magical, and except for in my heart.
I forget that means that she would also be noticeable on the astral plane. With
No,
the
not
wolf
when
blade.
it's sheathed. When it's sheathed,
No,
it's
when
fine.
it's sheathed, it doesn't howl. That's the only
No,
thing.
no.
It's still
You said
magical.
I can sneak around if the wolf.
I mean, in
the
fairness,
new wolf blade is
astrally, you're all also visible. So
Yeah,
I feel like this is a real rabbit hole.
So here's what we're gonna do. I'm just gonna make this new rule. If the blade is sheathed,
No, I'm sorry. No, you're not making a new rule. If the blade is sheathed, it doesn't howl, so you can roll sneaking without a penalty.
that's what I'm saying. So I can get through the astral barrier.
Turn the bus around and get off this tangent side road.
I just
Okay, do we need to get Jordan
Wait,
Weissman in here so
I'm sorry.
Claudia can
I
rewrite
just need to
the
be
rule
clear.
book?
Do I bring the magic one or do I bring the original one?
Bring the original one.
So
With-
less stabby, less howly. Wait,
Yes.
Yes.
Okay.
More stabby, less
More-
howly.
No,
Yeah.
it's less stabby as well. It has a
It-
lower
it's
damage
not-
value.
And it's also been used to open a lot of things.
She sharpened it again.
I sharpened it again.
Okay.
Yeah,
Finish
thank you.
though, she does do
Don't
that.
stab the back of the party in the back. Okay, so Mainframe is visibly upset that she has to get rid of the sparkles, and she's like, okay, I will send you guys a text of a donut when I need the spell dropped. Can that be a thing? I'd like to keep it until
This is Dan talking and not Mordecai. Maybe don't send the text to Mordecai.
Why don't you send
If you want
if I
that
send
to
it
work.
to everybody,
Do it.
someone else can
Fang
nudge.
is here. Fang is here. Fang.
Yes,
I was about to
I'll
say.
send it to everybody, and if anyone doesn't get the text, they can.
Ruining my fun.
You already ruined the fun because I can't take my wolf through the blade.
You can take it.
All
the barrier
right,
goes down.
and
We're
Time passes. You leave the drive-through.
We had this argument in the drive-through.
Like, can I
People
help you?
behind us.
like,
No,
no.
I'm sorry.
Wait a second.
Stop taking a tangent from the attempt to get off the tangent.
So, Mainframe is going to go into the building at what sort of time?
3 to 4.
Okay, and about 3 or 4 p.m. With your objective is to get to the office on the 7th floor.
That is correct.
Everyone else is going to prepare themselves for coming in sometime after under
well,
the cover
no,
of
I'm
darkness.
going in at the same time.
And Elsie's going to go in with you. The remaining 3 are waiting in the bus until cover of
Are we
darkness to
sneaking
go in the
in
building.
or disguising in? Because we're disguising
We have
in
not
before
decided
Elsie
that.
leaves.
I'd
We
s-
should be gym coaches. Otherwise,
Sneaking
I
in,
think
I
we
think.
should sneak in.
So,
Sneaking is
this
a strength of yours. It's
This is that's the question. How are the other 3 going to
Cromwell
enter?
can sneak in.
I think sneaking is probably
My
the
sneaking
way
is
to
not
go.
bad. And if
You can phantasm.
I can, Sharky can conceal us,
Yeah.
which will help.
Okay. And I know the layout of motion sensor and stuff like that.
it would be amazing.
And I can levitate us over the fence. So
There is no fences. We're fine. It would be amazing. Is there a
there's
fence?
explicitly a fence.
There is a fence. It is not a particularly.
It is not a
Okay,
fence.
I think we established we don't need
You will be
disguise,
able to get
so
over the frigging fence this time.
You guys go.
It would
We'll
be.
make our way.
We'll get to this
Later.
later. Well, and we're gonna have to deal with because you guys are happening after them. I just want to know you guys are going to be going in at a different time. Great. So Elsie and Mainframe will be heading into the building at about 3-4ish p.m. And let's pause for a moment and travel back in time to events prior to this run because I'm gonna go to the bathroom. And we had 3 runs that happened during our metagame.
Yes.
Elsie, Cromwell, and Mainframe had some shenanigans that they got up to. So perhaps while you were also on this tangent in the van as you're driving back to campus, people can describe what happened, and I'll be back.
Okay.
Go, someone go.
well, this isn't. It's weird. There's just been a lot of Ares stuff lately.
Okay.
All say.
Evo contacted me during our break.
Okay.
And we haven't worked with Evo in a long time, but they were
They're okay.
I am
pretty good.
They offered to send me on a run to steal cyberware information from Ares.
Oh.
From one of their Seattle branches, and they lent me an Excalibur deck.
Good.
Guess how much it costs?
Wait, a lady in the lake didn't give it to you?
No, Evo gave it to me, and it's so dreamy. 800,000 new yen.
Wait.
That's how much this thing costs. It's so amazing.
Oh.
It's glorious.
Plane.
It's so.
I could get a new arm with that.
So I didn't really care what they were going to ask me to do when they mentioned that was part of it. And I got agents. So with my magnificent equipment in tow, I found my way in the middle of the night, using some of my knowledge of how Ares works with their security, over to the Ares facility in Seattle.
Oh.
And I might have seduced my way past a few physical guards
Oh.
before shooting them with stick and shocks and taking them out.
Yeah, like you do.
Like you do, just a little.
I mean, I
Good
tell you all
strategy.
the information that happens. Wait, I can't. Later.
It's just that they're just a few knights errants. They just weren't errant enough, I guess. And I found my way over to their matrix, and it's a castle with enchanted. They think they're so cute over there.
Oh, yeah.
Enchanted. There's enchanted suits of armor and
Ares
like,
is really full of itself.
yeah. They had. This is very strange. They had like those mounted heads of animals on their matrix walls in the castle, but they were like armed. Like they had guns for horns. It was very strange.
That's really
it just
creepy.
felt a little too testosterone-y, like they were trying too hard, which does not surprise me from Ares. And I encountered a spider. One of the knight. He thought he was great. He dressed himself as a knight. But I took him out with each of my 3 agents as Knights of the Round Table and just took him out. It's mounted on horses. It was. That deck is so cool. So much. And I managed to extract some information about the cyberware division. Things that you
Did you look at it? Is it good stuff?
It is really good.
Do you need to roll like an addiction test for this cyber attack?
Right.
Oh, she's clearly. Yeah, it's possible. It's a really nice tech.
Wait, do we get to keep the thing?
No, it's
Hell no.
Evo was very clear about that. So I was feeling very pleased with myself. I left I left the spider drowning in the digital moat, worked my way back out of the matrix, and that's when I encountered a mage who fancied himself to actually be Merlin from the Merlin division.
Wow.
Like he just he was trying their last line of defense. And I just barely got out. I'm not very good against magic, but through just sheer luck and a little bit of gymnastics, I managed to dart between his legs. And you know, I kicked
Probably
him
not a dwarf.
a bit, you know, good old physical attack, and ran away with my data and my glorious deck in tow. So Evo got what they wanted, and I got a glorious night with the knights, Excalibur.
Wow.
I hate to say it, but you sound more excited about this deck than you did about Captain Moore. No judgment.
He
I'm
doesn't
just
have
making
6
obs-
program slots. I'm just saying.
Well, many men
Wow.
don't, so
How many program slots does he have?
What slots do you insert your programs
Let's
into?
move on.
that's really out of line.
Is it out of line? Oh, you're 15.
Mainframe almost says something and then catches herself because she doesn't want to open Pandora's box.
Or Pandora slots.
Yeah.
Well, you have to put your wetware somewhere.
So, Mainframe's run for Evo to steal cyberware information from Ares was a success. Luckily, she didn't have to do too much talking because she does have she is prejudiced against Ares. But that kind of helped her, really. Mm-hmm. And the cyberware information has been delivered. But Ares, I don't think Ares knows it was.
Wow, that went a lot better.
Now they do.
That went a lot better than my independent run, I have to say. I don't really know if it is Ares or Iron May or not, but I'll get this call, right? And I have to go down to the Seattle Center Armory, and there's this Johnson, what's all decked out in military gear. And he tells me that they got info on As Technology MageWorks about where they're really getting their baby teeth. It seems due to that. Remember that virus outbreak in Azatlan, wherein my eyes were cut out, just in case you forgot that? Well, with all that, they lost their original source of synthetic baby teeth, so they apparently have turned to some other sources. Specifically, this Johnson got some information on this pixie. And I've met a few pixies in my day in Shirnanog. This pixie has been acquiring the teeth from children what doesn't have sins. Like real baby teeth.
Yeah, the tooth fairies.
Right, maybe. I didn't know much about it at the time. But
Mordecai
thanks for
had no
spoiling
issues
my clever story, Mordecai. Yes. Apparently, that's the legend, that it was a tooth fairy. So I'm like, all right, I take the job. I didn't even ask for too much Nuyen. I'll just take the job. And they're not doing it on Capitol Hill in the Pyramid. No, they're down in the Puyallup Barrens. So I takes Barnaby down there to Puyallup because I figured he might want to go to the Puyallup Fair while we was there. Except it turns out that's historical, and right now in Puyallup, it's mostly just volcanic ash and poor people and terrible things. But I'll find the place.
Wait, so how's that different from... Sorry.
It's similar to normal Puyallup back in the Fifth World, but worse. Anyway, this Johnson was very specific. He doesn't want Ares or not errants to be involved in it. Otherwise, they just send in law enforcement. So I says, all right, I won't go as Charlie Ammer. I'll go as Cromwell. I'll get there, and the noise is so bad I cannot see a thing. Like my astral vision's all wonky. My ultrasonic spells aren't working. The bear god just can barely hear what I'm asking him with all the noise. So I have to rely on Barnaby to give me directions to get through that. And Barnaby's
Guide bear.
dog, and my very large dog, is not that good at talking or giving directions. So I figure first thing I gotta do is take care of the noise, right? So I do barely in all the fuzz on the astral plane make out some sort of astral signature. So we climb up the wall and I hold Barnaby up the fire escape, and we break in, and sure enough, there's spirits causing the noise, specifically sun spirits, which is bad because now Barnaby and I are both blind. So I'm not quite sure what to do, except I forgot to mention, they did give me two things. They gave me some very nice grenades, which was Ares manufactured, and an assault cannon.
What?
I decided to save onto the assault cannon for later, so I use the grenades on the spirits, but mainly I'll just set the place on fire because they're fire spirits, so it doesn't do a whole lot. We basically have to run. At this point, the whole stealth part is over. As Technology 1, Cromwell 0.
Oh, okay.
Aw.
So we get past, so I'm like, well, Barnaby's pretty much blind for the next bit, so he's not good to me, so I better get up to the roof and get rid of him. Leave him up there on the roof for a bit. Except, you know what's in the attic? Spiders. And I'm not talking about the 8-legged kind what haunts your nightmares. I'm talking about the kind that's jacked in. Because there's drones and turrets everywhere, and they're shooting at me. So as we get up near the roof, they just really start to attack us, and Barnaby and I get pinned down completely. But eventually we manage to fight our way, and I'm planning on knocking this Decker out, you know, the way you do, they're jacked in. Except, as Technology, guess what? Decker's just a little girl once all chained up and wired in. And through one of the drones, she tells me, as Technology, as her parents, specifically this pixie as her parents, and the pixie's gonna murder the parents if she doesn't fight off intruders. So I don't really want the girl's family to get murdered. So I'll sneak back, and I'll have to, even for the cameras, let the drone shoot me right in the ass, and pretty much just have to put up with some more damage. So that does not go well. As Technology 2, Cromwell 0. I'll get Barnaby up to the roof though, right? And I leaves him up there. He climbs down the fire escape, and I go back down. I sneak past the drones. Most of the drones chase Barnaby, so I'm pretty good. And I get down to the basement. Problem is, in the basement there's a guard. Well, there's multiple guards. Well, it's complicated. There's one guard, what is a giant troll, and sewn to his arms and legs and head are lots of dwarves. And they have blood, they have tubes of blood going from the dwarves into the troll. It's some kind of blood adept.
I don't think that's how. I definitely don't believe you anymore. No.
I think as Technology does things in strange ways we're not used to.
Babe,
I don't know.
As Technology, they don't do that kind of shit.
Really? I think we'll have to talk about
We're
this
gonna have to talk
afterwards. I don't want to have a relationship dispute in front of our friends. So, I have the blood coming from the dwarves. I don't know if you've ever fought a blood adept, but it gets pretty messy. So I'm fighting them, and I'm trying not to hit the dwarves, because I figured they're probably just innocent dwarves, little stumpies who don't know any better. I'm trying not to hit them, except they start biting me. So I'm fighting this troll, and the dwarves is all biting at my ears and kneecaps and stuff. And I'm getting hammered, so I pull out the assault cannon, and I spin it up and I aim it right at him, except I don't know why they gave me an assault cannon, because I'm an adept. I don't really know how to use an assault cannon. I've got the thing turned around backwards.
You're blind.
Also, I'm blind.
Why are you doing this?
For the good of the children. So I fire it, it propels me forward because I'm not ready for the recoil. Luckily, it knocks out the troll, not the dwarves, but the dwarves are stuck to the troll, so they're just laying there trying to gnash their teeth at me. They can't do much. I burst through the door with the gun pointing the wrong way, and I'll end up in the room with the pixie. Now, maybe it's good, I made it to the end, but two bad things. One, I've made so much noise fighting these three things, all three battles which I lost. The pixie has had lots of time to prepare for me. Thing two, it turns out when a pixie gets, what's it called? I get all the letters wrong, HMHVV2, it turns into a tooth fairy. And when I say tooth fairy, I don't mean like the nice little woman that your parents tell you about who's going to give you money for your teeth. I mean a pixie what's got a mouth as big as mine with about 8 rows of teeth inside, all of them pointed and stolen from children. Children with pointed teeth, I guess, or maybe she files them down. I didn't have time to ask her because she started attacking me right away, biting at me. I was barely able to stand up, but there's cages all around with children and the parents of the spider girl. So I managed to knock open the cages, which, you know, I hope to get out. Except it turns out if you want to harvest teeth from children, you need them to be able to regenerate the teeth. So the pixie or the tooth fairy has given those kids HMHVV2 and turned them into werewolves. So all these werepups are running around the room attacking me and the tooth fairy. The tooth fairy decides to get out of there and gets away with all the equipment. I've got all these werepups running around. I eventually managed to get out of there with them chasing me, and Barnaby and I lead them to Mount Rainier where the woods are starting to regrow into ash. Because we figure if we leave them here in the city, the humans are going to probably hunt them down. Maybe we'll give them a chance out in the woods. The spider girl and her parents eventually agreed, well, they'll look after the children and, you know, try to make sure it all works out. But I got nothing for it. Ares was mad at me, the tooth fairy got away, and I had to buy a new suit. And I left the assault cannon there, too.
This is exactly what, like, growing up was like when he would tell me bedtime stories.
You really infect that job there, Cromwell.
I don't want my letter to be associated with that job.
You really X that job.
Also, don't go camping on Mount Rainier when there's a full moon anytime in the next, I don't know, ever.
You didn't get bit, did you?
I don't think so.
Well, by the dwarves he did.
Yeah, but the dwarves
By the pixie.
weren't
And
by the
carriers,
children.
probably.
Right, the dwarves just...
HMHVV.
Yes, the
Get
dwarves
tested
just
for
smell
tetanus.
like
Please go get
scotch.
tested.
It's true. We dwarves are real biters when we're in a corner.
Or so to a troll's arm with a blood tube, feeding your blood to it.
Okay. So, I'll see.
So I had a job. I got hired by somebody to go to Secondi to visit a military installation to look for Arslan.
Oh.
Who is apparently like this big wig CEO. He's like so important and stuff and whatever.
You've dealt with his clones.
Yeah, right?
We all know.
Yeah, well, he's like super popular. So I decided I was gonna infiltrate this this facility, and so I dressed up like a maintenance worker, but I didn't get very far at all. Like I got maybe like past the door and immediately got picked up by security personnel and taken to this locked room. I was just having a really bad day, and so they started the whole like, who sent you, you know, and I was like, shut your mouth, nobody sent me, I'm here to clean floors. And but on the upside, like I got a really good actually look at the facility, which was kind of weird because I'm like, well, you're taking me into custody, but I'm like, I'm getting shown what I want to see, you know. But it was obviously like once you're inside, it's an orbital launch facility. And so, so when I was taken to the room, I ended up being able, they left me in there for a while and I was able to take out the cameras, and then finally when they came back to talk to me, I took out the 2 guards as well. And mainly like I just kind of like spidered above the door and dropped down on them.
Wow.
Super chill. Super cash.
Yeah, it was fine. But yeah, so after I took care of those guards and tied them up and stole obviously one of their uniforms and started going around the facility, and it was obvious that they had something had been recently launched there. And I was trying to figure out exactly where I was because I don't know, it was really strange. I couldn't really identify the corp that was running this place. So I finally stumbled, after I did a little snooping and tried to find out who was in charge there. There weren't really that many people, at least not as many as I would expect. But I finally stumbled across the head guy there. I tricked him for a little bit into thinking that I was security and talking to him about this person that had been picked up. And it took me a long time to realize that it was Arslan. And like he looked different, and so I didn't recognize him at first. So I spent a good 5 minutes talking to him, thinking he was this Chairman Demure guy. Mm-hmm. But he was running things. And so I was expecting to be looking for, like a prisoner or something, and I wasn't. So I kind of snuck out for a minute and looked up Chairman Demure and found out he's listed as a Renraku executive in Seattle, which was bizarre, and I couldn't really figure out what was going on. So I found an excuse to go talk to him again, and he was acting like he was Chairman Demure, and I wasn't really sure what to do, but I think it's time.
Okay.
Oh.
I'll finish my story later.
Okay.
There's more to it, but I don't want to rush through it.
Beep, beep, beep.
Great. So just to recap, you two are going to the 7th floor to infiltrate and get data.
I'm going to the 7th floor alone because students probably wouldn't go up there.
Right.
But she will be in the building.
Right.
Okay.
As
Close
student,
range.
and then the 3 of you will be team sneak.
We are
later
going
on.
to sneak later at night into the basement with hopefully your help and your help as well, so that we could then get physical data while you guys are getting digital data.
How much time do you think you need to get the information?
I have no idea what I'm going up against on that floor.
Right.
So anything I tell you will be made up.
Most of the time it's taken only 10 or 20 minutes. Right, you're pretty fast.
Yeah, but then you can go hang out in the bathroom.
All right.
I'm going to stay
If
on
you
the
want.
6th floor and try to find a bathroom to stay in, just so I won't be that far away in case something happens.
Bathrooms aren't such a lousy place to hang out anymore, are they?
No, I spent a lot of quality time in them, Mordecai.
That's what I thought.
I've learned a lot from you.
Thank you.
All right. So the 2 of you probably head back onto the campus somewhat separately,
Yeah.
and make your way back to the academic building, the classes building. You go in, it's still during the daytime. Your badge will work to get in. I mean, the lobby's open. Your badge will work to get in. You never created yourself a badge.
Because they have iris scan.
Yes, most of the basic doors will be badge doors, not iris scan doors. But when you go into, I assume you're going to go into the elevator. Mm-hmm. And so if you press the 7th floor button, it doesn't work. But if you use your iris scanner, which is reading 6. Mm-hmm. Yep, nothing. It flashes as one would expect normally. And you're able to press the 7th floor button and it'll light up. and the elevator begins moving up. Do you get off first at the 6th floor? Elsie. Okay. So Elsie will disembark on the 6th floor.
Are you going to do anything before you get to the 7th floor?
Yeah, so when they showed me the map, is the barrier extending into the elevator shaft?
No.
Okay.
But
It's not. How far onto the 7th floor does it extend?
It covers probably about half of it.
Okay.
You suspect it's probably around multiple offices, like these are people who want more security, and so they put a barrier in place around these offices. So you're able to kind of get into like a lobby-like area, and then there's some offices on either side from the elevator, and then the section where you would go into where the mana barrier is.
And, my plan is to wait until the last possible second to deactivate it, because I don't know if there's going to be secondary guards on the floor that I'm going to need to convince that I'm a new staffer.
So you exit out onto the 6th floor. It's more lecture halls and kind of small. It's probably smaller classrooms. The larger lecture halls are on the lower floors. Go ahead and give me your sneaking for hiding in a bathroom.
I will
You had
add
added chat dice way earlier than I never took off.
2 number dice. For this.
Can we get like a specialization in bathrooms for stuff?
For sneaking?
For sneaking?
Two, right?
If you want to specialize in hiding in bathrooms, I will allow it. Spend
Nice.
that karma. 6. Great. How many chat dice did you add?
2.
For dice. Great. So you nestle yourself into a bathroom. You probably subtly like wash your hands really weirdly aggressively and then like spray foam onto the cameras. Like you're like dry my hands. And then take care of them while you're not being watched on the camera, so that you it's like you're able to like hide in a stall.
Yeah.
Where there aren't cameras, there's just like one in the sink area. So you like tuck your feet up, sitting on
I think
the toilet.
I have like one of those like rubber balls.
Yeah.
And I just like bounce it and I bounce it and I bounce it, and then finally I just like get it to like smack into the camera.
And like knock it slightly.
Yep.
So you are thoroughly tucked away in the bathroom. Mainframe. Floor elevator closes, goes up another floor, opens up, and there's the lobby area. It's pretty small. There doesn't look like there's even really chairs for waiting. It's just like a foyer that leads off with a few different hallways. And the one to, we'll say the right, has the mana barrier around it, and it's covering that portion of the floor. You don't see any guards.
No guards. Okay. Can I casually walk down and just do a perception to see if there are any empty offices or?
Yeah, so the you could go down to either of the other sides that don't have the barrier on it without that being an issue. There's doors for all of them, and all of the doors have scanners on them, and they are locked. They look like
All doors are locked.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, and there's nobody walking around.
Nope, that you can see. No, there's no one in that lobby area, and then like you can't. The doors have like some glass on them, but it's a pretty small section. If you peek down them, you don't see a person.
Is there a bathroom on the floor?
No,
There's no bathroom on the floor. They don't pee here.
not off of the elevator. No,
Okay.
it would be probably down the hallway.
That's what I mean.
Yeah.
Like on the hall.
Yes, behind the locked door.
Behind locked.
Yes. There's so you're in a foyer, and then there's 3 sets of locked doors with hallways down them.
Okay. All right.
It's actually probably, we'll say there's only 2 sets of locked doors. One has a mana barrier, the other one doesn't. So they both go to different sets of offices. One clearly the higher, more secure offices, and one the slightly less important, less secure offices without the barrier. Behind said locked door, there is probably a restroom, but it's for people that are supposed to be on the floor that can get through the locked doors.
I knock on the less secure door that does not have a mana barrier on it.
You knock. There is no response.
Oh, because it's late in the, it's late.
No, it's like
In
4
the
p.m.
afternoon. There's no one in the hallway that you can see through kind of the small bit of glass, so unless you banged pretty loud and drew some more attention, no one's probably gonna hear knocking.
No one's gonna hear knocking. Okay.
This would be the sort of place like you would come and have a set appointment. Like if you were going to meet with someone, they would come and escort you through.
Okay. I think... I'm not sure if I should... Let me go back down to the 6th floor. I mean, does Mainframe know enough to know she can pick that lock, or...
Yeah, you could probably pull the cover off and then jack into it, and then control the lock directly. It'll have a lower rating than getting onto the host.
Yeah, let's do that.
Okay. Do you want to do the one with mana barrier or without the mana barrier?
Without.
Without. Okay. Go ahead and give me a locksmith and agility to pull the cover off.
I know I have that somewhere. I will use 5 thumper dice.
Oh.
Hey, thumpers.
And this is to get the door off, right?
With the lock.
Yeah. Huh? Wow.
It's not the greatest roll.
Oh.
It did not glitch, but only got 1 hit.
Nope.
Okay, great.
Yeah, you're gonna kind of like, and then you're like, I have fingernails. I didn't bring any tools to get this off with.
Do an extended test.
Even with an extended test,
You could call
you need to eventually get 3 hits.
Yeah.
That's how many hits you need to open up. To
So
take a
then
lock
it
up.
becomes how long is she going to be kneeling next to that door?
You have breaking and entering skills, right?
Mm-hmm.
She does, but students on that floor would probably draw more attention than, I don't know, probably. I want to just break in. Are there cameras? Do I see cameras?
Mm-hmm.
There are cameras. Mm-hmm. I'm going to go down to the 6th floor.
Okay.
Yeah.
Couldn't
Meet
do
up
anything.
with Elsie in the bathroom.
You like go in the bathroom and you like take a moment and you're like, where is she? And then you realize she's like really surprisingly well hidden in one of the stalls.
What?
Yeah.
I don't know why.
I just, you know what? I'm gonna go down to the same security office and get a badge made for my user, because I still got 5 uses left on that, right? Mm-hmm. Yeah. And so that's 1 hit there, and then my badge will probably work on that door, right?
Depends on what level of security you made yourself as a administrator or a staff member.
Good level.
Why would you not put me?
I know, why would I make a shitty level? That would be a dumb thing to do.
Okay, so you go into the office. You do a similar thing there, like, staff losing a badge. Like, this is, we're gonna have to put it in the record and
Demerit.
all of those things.
They love demerits berries.
And it does not register as being a fake
Oh.
identity.
That was so...
We have not.
Being a fake identity.
We did not blow the run.
Okay.
So you are able to get a printed badge that matches your identity that you crafted within their system.
Excellent.
You are filled with bullets of hope. Thanks.
Great. She returns to the 7th floor and tries to use her badge on that door.
Did I not specify that the badges those ones were retina scanner doors?
No, you did not. You
Oh, okay.
said they were
They were just locked doors. You didn't ask me how they opened.
I would have retina scanned if it was a retina scanner.
Yeah,
but
yeah. They
okay.
were retina scanners. Oh, sorry, that was the diversion. Either way, badge is not a bad
I
idea.
suspect, in fact, let's just assume, because we talked about that Cromwell gave you, if you don't have the eyeball imaging thing, which if you have bio data.
I've tied it
She's
to
tied
my
it to
own.
her own biometric data, so she doesn't need a fake.
I got it.
Okay, so we will use the previous roll for getting you the badge as well, actually.
So, the door that you tried to break into had an iris scanner?
Yeah.
Okay.
So the locked door. So that one will open. The non-mana barrier door will open.
Excellent. I will enter.
Great. The hallway is empty with several offices and closed doors off of it. It seems like sort of creepy, like almost weirdly quiet, like sort of uncomfortable. And it's like a kind of a looping hallway, so there's clearly some offices that are in the center and then some that are on the outside of the building. Because good people get offices with windows and the lower levels get offices without windows.
That makes sense. Are the doors locked separately, or is the security just on the front?
The doors are locked separately. Although that is up to the person who is in the office. If you so they have like little bits of glass you can look through. You can peek in, and then any of the empty ones won't open. Those appear to be kind of locked. If you try your badge on, or either scanner on them, if you would like to, those will work. Because they're just sort of generically secured. But individual offices will be registered to the specific person whose office it is.
So there's no like telework offices that are generic. Okay. One of the occupied offices. I would like to knock on the door.
Okay. What are you looking for anything in particular?
Probably a gentleman. Probably somebody from the interior offices who knows a little bit less. If I can find a male that's in an interior office, that would be best.
Okay. Yeah, so you find one, you knock on the door, and they're gonna kind of get up and like open the door. Can I help you?
Hi. I'm so sorry to disturb you. I know you must be very busy, but this is my first day, and the person who was scheduled to give me a tour is busy, and it just kind of left me in this hallway, and I was wondering if you could show me to a place where I could just fill out my first day paperwork.
That would be in the administrative building in HR.
Well, they told me that folks working on the Squires initiative couldn't fill out their paperwork in the main administrative office?
I don't know about Squares initiative. What is that? What department is that under?
I'm
sorry. I'm a PhD researcher in. They'll rattle off like the computer engineering department.
Oh, I think this is more medical. The medical department.
Oh, medical department is across the hallway. That's
right.
Their main
I'm an administrative
research
consultant for this program. You know.
Well, their research offices are across the hallway. That's where the medical director Fitzgerald is.
I see. That's where the confusion must have been.
We're more matrix services, computer engineering. I'm sorry, I'm crunching some data.
Okay, well, good luck on the data.
Thanks. I'm really sorry about the paperwork, but if you can't do it at HR, it's probably right across the hall.
Great.
You might just have to wait there for your person to come back.
Mm-hmm. All right. Well, good luck to you. Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah. He seems very focused on his work.
I guess seem remarkably polite for a software engineer who got interrupted.
You gotta be nice.
I'm sorry, I don't know enough about software engineers. What are you doing here?
He could have been looking for like a distraction because
she's a pretty lady, so.
Oh, okay. Oh, yeah.
Fang, Cromwell, is it awkward that I'm here?
No, this is.
Well, we've been sitting silently on the bus for 20 minutes, just kind of looking at each other. I mean, you guys can make out if you want. I don't care.
No, they can't.
Different views on S technology, I suppose.
We're a little bit tense. I would have thought that maybe I could have been of use. I am very familiar with S technology, and it hurts a little bit that you won't trust me with that part of your life.
I just thought maybe you didn't want to get your brother in trouble. You know, I mean, Mordecai, imagine this. You're in love with somebody, but you both have a friend. And one of you, that friend is your brother, and the other, he sliced your eyes out.
Yeah, all right, I'm imagining it.
I'm not actually, I'm struggling.
All right, then you have a dinner party. Do you invite that friend to the party or not?
Wait a minute, you're not dragging me into your relationship problem.
No, Big Papa. That we keep our relationship very private.
No, you don't.
Okay.
Let's just make that absolutely clear.
You have not been invited to the text chain about our relationship, if that's what you wanted. I have kept you out of that purposefully.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
You're also not in it. It's pretty much just
I'm
me.
in it.
I invited, Lottie and Mainframe.
I think you should dump him. It's just what it says, and go on date with me. Like, it's just that. Like, every time you mention
I'm
this.
a part of it, but you didn't
That's
invite
not.
me.
That's
I
not.
definitely did not.
That's not why I'm so quiet, though. I mean, Mainframe's so secretive that I think this is probably really hard for her, and I'm trying to figure out how I can, avoid my normal habit of sort of punching through to the problem if that's not what she wants.
Well, we just gotta, follow whatever her instructions are on this particular run, I guess. Which, right now, means we wait and you guys either argue or make out. It's up to you.
Or
And I can leave the bus if it's a problem. That's all I'm saying is I don't want to be a third wheel.
Mainframe, what do you do next?
well,
Gonna try one of those offices that is unoccupied. Try to get into it.
Yeah, the badge will work.
Oh,
Yeah.
wait, what?
is there a terminal in there?
No. They are empty currently. You probably could find like a data jack where a terminal plugs into.
Yeah. Okay. That's all I.
Yeah.
I mean, I have.
Yeah, there's all like the ports to have
Yeah,
things.
yeah,
So
yeah,
it's just there's no.
My cyber deck can handle the rest of the
Yeah.
things. Yeah, plug into the she's like crouched down on the floor, like underneath the desk, plugged into the wall.
Okay.
Closes the door behind her.
Yeah, so you close the door behind you, like sneak in, jack yourself in. So you are now within what definitely appears to be, compared to the last time you were jacked in directly, a more robust network within it. You can still only access kind of devices for what you can tell that are sort of within this immediate network. It's like a network within the overall host, so you don't have access to everything. But it is of a significantly more security clearance level. There is more interesting information here that you could likely find.
Okay. And am I in the host, or do I have to mark the host?
No, you're not in the host. You are
Okay.
in the network of devices that is in this area.
Just matrix perception on the general layout. And I'm looking for using my analytical mind dice to look for patterns of storage that sounds like they may lead me either to the sensors that will help them with their intrusion or data that will help. And then 4 hits.
So you realize like this area is pretty much limited to the devices. You see the grad students, like his data that he is running, and pretty much everything that is linked to this department. The hallway across like the medical department is clearly like you can see all of these areas, but you can't access them directly without either jacking into those or through the host as a whole. You also can't access security devices from where you are.
So mainly I can access that one student's data.
Anything that's related to this department in particular. So you don't have access to the medical department.
Great.
And probably a few like higher level bits of information on like personnel and their departments and things like that.
Well, then the plan is at least this is a safe place to rest on the 7th floor until things calm down a little bit. So what I would like to do is just kind of monitor, the personas / just like user IDs moving about where I can see them. I want to. How many folks are still working in this hallway?
In this hallway, there's probably like 5.
Okay, 5 still working. I let Elsie know that I found a place to crash. My plan is that I want to wait until things are a little calmer and then cross the mana barrier. And so I will let you know when I'm turning everything off. And that's the plan. I'm gonna lie low here for a little bit. You guys may want to move closer to, I don't know if dusk is falling or anything like that.
Yeah,
You can
probably. If you
start
give
moving
it
in.
lie low for about an hour, dusk will start falling. The sun will start setting. The magical cats will come out to play.
So can you explain to
Rooting
me
through the garbage.
one more time what these magical cats are? Because I'm pretty sure.
Imagine a cat.
Okay.
It's fatter than normal in the back, but more muscly, and he's got like his claws are always out, and they come out straight like a Wolverine's claws. And he's got a mask on to hide his identity.
Wait a minute, are you talking about a raccoon?
What's a raccoon?
It's a raccoon.
It's a... Never mind.
They have those everywhere you've been.
You've never seen a raccoon before.
Well, not in the places I hang out. We don't have trash
I guess
laying
you
about
wouldn't have
for magical
seen
cat
them
bandits to
without the eyes. Sorry. I didn't mean to bring that up.
It's
Okay.
alright.
So, you guys, where do you want to end up before probably Mainframe's going to be the next person to move?
Probably they can let us in.
Yeah, I can go and do that.
Are we sneaking or are we...
We should sneak across campus to get to a back door that you can let us in, or let us in through the front door, but that's a little bit suspicious. So if there's like a back door, you can like, a fire escape that's not connected.
There are guards, so if you can get us over the fence,
we can climb the fence. Like I assume that
if we're certain it's not alarmed.
I can levitate us over the fence.
Right.
That's
so we
easy.
might go as
and
close
Sharky
as we
can
can to the
conceal
building
us.
on the outside, sneak our way past
All right.
it. Here's where the guards. I kind of described the guard pattern.
You're going to be able. Do you want to summon Sharky, or is he?
I'll summon Sharpie too.
Sharky.
I summon Sharpie.
You summon Sharpie.
I do.
You summon Sharky.
All right. Raccoons eat trash, except for when they find berries.
Oh my goodness, no.
Time for us to infiltrate Ares.
No! I want you to be so
Force.
cool.
What force?
6. Shit. 8 hits, but it's force 6, so it's 6 hits.
Your net hits are 4.
Sharky appears on the astral plane, resplendent in his fishy glory, and astral water spraying everywhere as he
Fang can't see it.
appears.
No one can see it.
If we get caught, who's the one what's going to talk us out of it? I've got my not errant ID on me.
I have spells that can help be persuade, so...
I'll say
And
if we get caught, we convince them that Rinraku's new law enforcement branch has been accused of spying on Ares, and we're here to help provide extra security.
That's a good plan. I like it.
Okay, great.
All right.
Just to be clear, I am only bringing the blade that we talked about, and I totally remember which one that is, and it is the non-howling one.
Yes.
Correct.
The less
That's
sharp,
correct.
non-howling,
Do I
way
need-
sneakier one.
All my guns.
Do they encumber you to take them? Or?
Does encumbrance happen in this game? It probably does.
Sure, probably, but I'm not going to bother reading those
Great,
sections of the rules right now.
Elsie has a rocket launcher on her when
Great.
convenient.
Yeah.
so-
I'm going to bring everything except I'm going to leave.
So 5 bullets
Yes.
for your
For a
shotgun.
shotgun.
I have at least 2 extra cartridges for my AK, and at least 5 extra bullets for my shotgun. But I've never gone through, no battle has lasted 2 clips. Let's be very clear.
No, battles will never last that long unless you start doing things like
Full auto.
suppressive fire. and full
Bring
auto.
whatever's easy for you to take.
Great. But it's suspicious if I bring that many guns. That's the problem.
I don't think there's anything not suspicious about you guys
Yeah,
right now.
Alright, let's
the
do it.
plan is to not
Sorry.
get caught.
Okay,
That's plan A.
I'm
So
gonna be a-
Sharky's going to do
If we get to
helmet.
plan C, you'll want the guns.
Helmet.
Sharky's going to do
Sharky conceals us. He waves his fins at us, and we disappear
Okay.
from visibility. And that's at force 6.
Okay.
I'm going to magically levitate us over the fence.
Great.
And
So you levitate over, you take the shortest distances you can to the building. Elsie, you've snuck out of the bathroom, and like when you're wandering around the hallways, you maybe glimpse 1 or 2 other students, especially towards the library area. Like it's not a closed campus, like or you're not required to leave as soon as the sun sets. So are you guys waiting until after all classes are over?
yeah.
Which was
we're-
okay, so at about 8
we
p.m. or
want
so. Well, after sunset,
Well,
when you summon
if I summoned him right before sundown, that would be That would be
wait.
dumb for Mordecai
Yeah.
even. So.
So you find kind of like an emergency exit back door, and give me a lockpick and agility because you're gonna need to. You like realize that it is one of those door is alarmed. Walls are mildly upset. So to kind of disable the alarms, so it doesn't get set off when they come in, or you open the door to let them in.
I will add 2 thumper dice to that
We're gonna rock.
because I just it's been Elsie's had a long day.
Are you're sleepy?
4.
Yeah, you're not sleepy at all. Great. So you kind of finagle some of the wires. We'll also say you use your ball, you bounce your ball, get the camera like knocked just out, so they won't be immediately caught on the entrance into the building.
Just maybe further when they get in.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, then there are people involved in the situation.
Oh, cool. We'll just hang out on the fire escape.
Mainframe gets antsy and tries to see if there's wireless access to the network across the hall.
Yeah, you could get onto the host.
Yeah, let's just do that. She's secure enough. She's closed. There's not noise. She wants to. She wants to disable that lock so she can get in.
Okay.
Did we get in? I'm sorry.
Yeah. You
Okay,
guys. So you
cool.
guys are going
Thank
to be
you.
in the building. Go ahead and give me your various sneakings, and I know there's the concealment is still applying.
Thanks. I just wanted to make sure I was in the building
Yeah.
before we. Okay.
So you guys are in the building, and where are you aiming to get to in the building? What's your objective right now? Where do you want to lay low?
Is there a locker room in the gym?
Probably, yeah.
Oh, come on.
I'm going to add.
The gym is in the basement right above the...
I can't go into the basement, by the way.
It's not the entire basement.
Yeah, the
is
gym's
it?
fine.
Okay.
There's
Yeah.
a sub-basement.
As long as Krun's
So-
not there, it'll be...
That's what I'm saying. Like it's constantly.
Well,
Okay, go ahead and mark the host to get into it.
Do I just need how many? Does she know how many marks she's going to need to turn that?
To control the device, you'll need 2.
Okay.
Do I?
Then I'm going to do this the old-fashioned way.
How good is it?
It's pretty good.
And bear in
Great.
mind, you're not going to alert the host by hacking the host. Like, they can't launch IC outside of the host.
I have 1 level in sneaking and I'm rolling 7. So.
Okay, 2.
I can increase your agility, you know.
7 hits on the first mark.
Okay. Should probably take it. Yes.
Cromwell's like... And you're like...
And you don't even have metal legs.
I'm not RoboCop here.
You're just making that
I'm
noise
just
with
like.
your...
Da-da-da.
You said I can't alert the host from outside?
No, the host can't launch IC outside of the host.
Okay.
So you would still do things like increase your Overwatch score and take matrix damage when you fail, but like they won't launch against you.
Well, I only got 2 hits the second mark.
Okay. Are you using brute force?
Yeah.
Okay. So you need to resist 2 matrix damage.
Okay.
But
I resist.
Okay.
Just barely. So I will try one more mark. Mainframe knows she's close, and she just wants that door open, and she's tired of waiting, so she uses one of her own edge to re-roll. Because she's got 3 hits. She just wants.
Yeah.
She wants in.
do it.
I mean, technically you can enter the host right now.
But you can't control a host. Is what
You can't do the control device, no.
She would rather mark from the safety of not being in the host. It just seems like a better option. So that's 7 hits.
Yes. That'll do.
Okay, so now I have 2 hits and 2 marks on this exterior host, and that's what I believe is enough to control that door.
Yeah.
So I will go ahead and enter the host and attempt to control the device.
Great. Go ahead and roll your electronic warfare and intuition to control device.
5 hits.
That'll do.
Click. Okay. Are there people in the hallway still?
There There isn't anyone in the hallway. In this section you're in, there's like maybe 2 personas that you still see active. It's probably the poor grad student and like one other person.
My friend wants a tiny distraction, so she sends to the local network just like an open broadcast message, like to like a mailing server that says free food in the kitchen.
Oh, okay. You like hear one of the doors open and then someone goes down into the kitchen.
And she runs out at the same time as this other person does.
Okay.
And she sends the donut message.
Okay.
Before leaving the room. So she sends the donut message to the whole group.
How does that go?
Donut.
It doesn't matter whether or not Mordecai gets it, because enough people will get the message. We'll say you probably get a bagel message, and then everyone else gets a donut.
I'm trying to be stealthy here. What is it?
Drop the spell.
Which spell?
Oh, not our spell.
Mainframe.
Oh, the one on main.
The sparkles.
Don't call them that.
What probably happens is you get a bagel with sparkles on it, and you forget that that's what a donut might look like, and so you think it's an insult.
All right, sorry.
I don't know. You might not think it's an insult, but it's
the
got
magic choo-choo motherfucker.
No,
whatever
that's
you
the
call
bus.
it. I can't keep track of what you're calling things.
Whatever, the spell's gone.
Stealthy. You're like, no, that's the bus, and you just like
the bus.
yell this in
Like
the
walking
hallway.
I assume this is on comm, like,
Yeah.
this is the, so the spell is gone, and she just very calmly walks into the other hallway.
The door opens, and the hallway looks almost identical. Same sort of thing. Doors are locked. They appear to be, again, you can see like nameplates and things on the doors if you would like to wander down the hallway.
I would like to wander down the hallway and look for an unoccupied office. Is there one? Yes, no?
No.
Okay, great. And there's no like data jacks just lying around. They didn't do that. I mean, you have to look.
Yeah, no. You like check the walls. There's no
Okay.
data jacks just lying around.
Okay. Are there any indications on any? I want to go to one of the interior offices again. Like somebody probably male.
There, in here, there's probably you only notice there's like 3 or 4 personas in this area. So there's a few more than there were on the other side, but there are offices that are empty in the sense that they have no one currently in them, but none that are unassigned.
Oh, that's fine. I don't care if it's unassigned.
Okay.
If there's no one in it,
Yeah.
I'm happy to use their devices.
Great. So in order to get in it, you will need to get past the lock on their door.
Right.
And I assume are you remaining in the host during this time?
Because only like a minute has passed.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Yes, I would probably maintain my connection because I just walked across the hall and into this. This is like I'm being fairly stealthy and quiet and trying to just do this very quickly and jump rooms. So yes, long story short, I'm still in the host.
Great. So you could access the lock on that door through the host.
I shall do that.
And then I'm gonna catch up with the other 3 pretty quick in a second.
Yeah.
Tell you what happens.
I think I'm good, but I'm just gonna put some thumper dice in just to be sure. I use 3 thumper dice, and I just saw 5 come in for me, but the hashtag was wrong, so I don't think it got credited.
Oh, it happens.
Fix that.
Ah, that was a good thumper dice roll. Thank you, thumpers. 6 hits.
Yes.
Okay, locked her in. And casually then enter the office.
And this one does have a terminal.
Ah, that's great.
You
That's
could
fine.
access it. So we'll let you, if you want to jack in directly to this one,
Yes.
you would probably need to exit the main host
That's
for Ares
fine.
and then jack in.
Before I exit the main host, is there anything else I think I could do to help the rest of the party with those 2 marks? Like, do I detect any? This isn't connected to basement devices or cameras, is it?
No.
No.
Well, so you're in the host, and so you could like spend more time in the host. Like you're in the host for the building.
Oh.
Building host.
Yes. And you know that it is a very high rating host, and that like obviously the more time that you're spending in it and the more things you do in it, the more likely you increase the likelihood that they will either A, find you in person, or B, just find you with IC. If you jack, so that'll allow you to access devices in the basement. You just need to do matrix perception to find them. If you jack out of it and go into the local area, it'll give you the access. You won't have access to anything outside of this sort of hallway sector.
Mainframe thinks she can handle it. She's gonna stay in the building host a little bit longer. She wants to disable a basement lock.
Okay.
She's looking specifically for a lock to a lower floor in the basement if she can find it.
Okay. You give me an extended matrix perception test. We're gonna say you spend probably about a minute doing this. So give me 3 rolls. Cromwell, Fang, Mordecai, Elsie.
I'm not with them.
You are not with them. Where did you head back to?
I'm going to.
You're like, you let them in and you peace out.
Well,
or did you just like put like a popsicle stick in the door just to like keep it open, and then never even met up with them? Just like a piece of paper.
Yeah. I mean, I want to really be on a floor where I can. I mean, I know there's quite a bit of space in between the floors, quite a few floors in between, but I really want to be at a median point because in case anything goes wrong on main
Okay.
frames.
Do you want to head back to that 6th floor, or do you want to kind of hit or maybe go to the library?
What floor
which
is the library on?
I was supposed to say it was on the 4th. It's probably it's about in the middle.
I'm going to stay in the library.
Okay.
I assume they're not.
One of them gives you a dirty look because they recognize you as the girl who didn't put her books away.
I wave at her, like, hi. And then this time though, I am much better, and like I make a show of like choosing my 2 books and like sitting down, and I get a really big one and I crack it open.
History book. Yeah.
Always. But yeah, I want to be
GED.
on call for either group in case I need to intercept.
And group sneak.
Yes.
Where and what are you doing?
You said we were gonna do something, right?
We were sneaking into the locker room unless we've gotten the word to go ahead and go further. We'll have to turn off all our magic before we go further. When you say the mana barrier, it's basically we can't go down further, but we can walk safely.
Yes, you can walk safely on the floor. It's probably intersects, like it's like a thick floor, and it probably intersects halfway through the floor. So if you tried to punch a hole in the floor, you would punch till the mana barrier.
Yes, which I will try not to.
That's a good way to describe it to
Cromwell. Yes, it is. Okay, so you get to the basement, you get to the gym, and like you realize that you need a student ID to get into the gym.
Is there?
Did you just give them your
No,
ID?
but if they call me, I'll come down with mine.
Can you let us in the gym?
Yep.
Is there not a closet we can hide in? Like, is there not a place where we can?
Probably, yeah.
You
specifically said the gym. It is a student access area. You need a student ID.
If there's a different place to hide.
There's probably like bathrooms. You came in on the ground floor, so there's probably bathrooms or like a janitor's closet or something that you could
in the
jingle your way into. Yeah, maybe in like in the foyer, off the foyer in the basement or something. So
I stay in the library.
I would like to hide in that.
Library, hiding in a closet.
Thank you.
Not
we
in a
can all
bathroom.
fit. It's great.
Sure. I'm little.
He's small.
He's big.
He's
We
big.
average
you
out.
average out to 2 people.
And everyone knows closets are sized for 2 people.
Yeah. Well, how else would you have a sexy interlude in a
We're
closet?
not doing that.
You'd better not be
Three
doing
of us
that.
in the room.
You had your chance on the bus if you wanted to do that.
I just want to unhear things sometimes.
Yeah, well, don't we all?
All right. Mainframe. What was your perception?
12, 14 if I can use my clue dice.
Yeah.
But,
Okay, so you manage to, you sort of sift through, you looking for the basement, and then you're like, gym, lots of gym stuff, boring, boring, boring. And then you notice, like, on the elevator, there is the retinal scanner. There's like a weird thing where if you scan a and you have a matching retina and you press the basement level twice, it'll keep going down.
Ooh. So the only way for us to go down is for me to scan my eyes, press twice, and have everybody in the elevator with me?
No, or you hack that system and tell it that you did that.
Oh,
in the elevator.
that.
Like, yeah.
Yes.
You can do it while you're in the host.
Okay.
So the elevator has a control to go into a further basement.
Oh, it's like a timing thing. Okay. How
It opens the other door.
I radio the team because we have radios now. And how far are you guys from the elevator?
Pretty close since we couldn't get into the gym.
Elevator.
I think I can get you down.
I mean, there's probably like
Now?
maybe stairs that you could find too, but they would also have like a similar.
Yeah.
You'd have to hack the stairs. Either way, you're going to have to hack a like.
I'd rather
retinal
hack the
scanner
stairs
lock.
than the
Would
elevator
you
because the
rather hack
elevator feels very
or pry
timing
the doors
based.
open and drop through the.
I'd like to
probably
sense
better
the
than-
mana barrier to learn the force of it. I got 4 hits.
4-7.
Yeah, I can't easily press through this mana barrier. I might be able to give it a shot if I were next to it, but going through an elevator would be way too risky for me.
So you need stairs. Or are you saying
I don't
can't
even
go
know if
down
I could try, but I don't know if I'd be able to get by. It's a strong enough mana barrier that
Okay.
I'd have to.
Can Fang and Cromwell go through it?
Cromwell's
Yeah,
magic?
Yeah, but Cromwell can turn
Cromwell just has to be led through blindly by
Yes.
Fang.
I got you.
I
got you.
Yeah, I mean, we would have to destroy the barrier for Mordecai to get through, which would let any mage know we were here.
Well, I can try to pass through it. It's just it would be tricky.
Then why not?
Do you want to stay in the closet and?
Or be near the doorway, like the stairs, so that we can throw a child to you if we need to?
Yeah, I'll be within child throwing distance.
I mean, if we get in trouble,
you can find
that
a set of
probably
stairs,
means they
too.
know
Okay,
we're here,
I
and
find a
then
set
you
of
can
stairs.
just you can destroy the barrier.
Yeah, and
What's
I'm
your,
small. I'll hide in the
hide
shadows.
on the matrix too.
I believe you.
Sharky's hiding me too.
Be prepared for a donut if we need to go through that door.
All right, team problem solving, Cromwell and Fang.
Oh my, no,
Yeah.
Team detective. We're gonna find live evidence.
Yes.
I'm good at finding.
I'm going to use.
Congrats.
So I think that the 5 dice did show up. So I think
Yep.
I'm only at 5.
Yeah.
I don't want to be found, so I'm going to use 3 thumper dice. That was another good thumper.
Yes!
Go. Yeah.
Yes!
6.
Okay. You're good.
Great. So I'm hidden. You guys, stairs good?
Yes.
Stairs good. I send them location to stairs, and I want to control device open that lock.
Give me electronic warfare and intuition for control.
That was good. That was good, guys. This is good.
9 hits.
Yep.
Yeah, that door is unlocked.
Yes, the door is unlocked.
Nice. You
stairs.
electronically Cromwelled that door.
And Mainframe just wants to watch on the Matrix to see, like, is there a way she can monitor to make sure they're through the door successfully? Or I guess I just have to take it back.
You probably
Let me
have to
know
watch,
as soon
like,
as
on
you
the
cross
cameras.
through,
Yeah.
so I can log off this
Unless
host.
otherwise speaking, Cromwell's pretty much always broadcasting his location to the
Okay.
team
Okay.
on your network.
As soon as they pass through that door, I log off of that host.
Okay, great. You exit out of the host.
Can we, before we, I don't know what's happening next, but can we all just state where we are and what our intentions are? Because
Yeah.
there's a lot happening right
Yep,
Great.
we are on very different locations.
Okay.
So this is from what I know. Mainframe is up on the 7th floor in an unoccupied office in the medical
Secret place.
the mana barriered medical area of the classes building. Mordecai is hovering around the door / closet in the basement level lobby area towards the emergency exit door that was probably totally concealed, and you just heard a click behind a plant, and you're like, oh, this is where the door is. Cromwell probably noticed it because his ultrasound would have shown him where that there was a hole behind it, and then the mana barrier starts at the floor level, so you have to pass through it as you go down the stairs. You're like, why is there a hole behind this part of the wall? And it turns out because there was a concealed door there, seamlessly in wall panel. Elsie is in the library reading a history book on the 4th floor, and Fang and Cromwell are descending into the sub-basement through the mana barrier,
Where we think the lab's gonna be.
where you think the lab is going to be.
Oh, donut.
Does that mean I have to bust down the barrier?
No. That means make me less hidden because we're gonna go through the barrier.
Sharky's spell, Sharky's concealment will
concealment.
drop on them, I assume, as soon as they go through the barrier.
That's what I was just asking for you to do. Is to drop
Is there
that
an
concealment.
astral intersection from that?
Well, no, I would drop it from them before they
That's what I meant.
go through, and then I'll ask Sharky to recast it on myself while I'm
And then
hanging
you
out
hide
there.
in a plant.
Yep.
All right, you're
Well, I'm just in the shadows. I'm little. I'm sneaking.
You're in a plant, damn it.
I'm in a plant.
All right, I'm going blind, so you're gonna have to lead the way.
Gotcha.
This is like Orpheus and Euripides in reverse.
Yeah.
No one expected that from Cromwell.
No, I mean, he's smart. He's wicked smart.
He doesn't understand it, but he knows the reference.
So Fang will lead them down the stairs.
And
Mainframe. Yeah.
Eurydice.
as soon as we get through the door, I'm assuming that means we're through the barrier.
Yes.
So that means
send
he
through
can
the
turn on his
barrier.
senses
He can turn
again,
like once you're on the
and
bottom floor.
You can get out of the host.
You probably also noticed there is another, like there's a door at the top of the stairs and a door at the bottom of the stairs, and they're both key doors. So
Oh,
you
if I notice
probably
that, I
don't want to
will-
log out until after
Okay,
you do
yeah,
the second
I
door.
will give them one more go. I have 2 dice left, yes.
This is like that one story about going into hell, and then you would, you know, they're not allowed to look back. Because if they look back, yeah,
Right.
yeah.
They'll
We
turn
haven't
to
earned
salt.
any edge yet,
Yes.
have we?
No.
No.
Sodom and Schwanda the Bagpiper.
That sounds right. I don't know. I kind of failed most of my.
Look, I'm sorry I didn't take you on the run. It's just, well, I didn't know how you feel about it as going against has technology,
I'm gonna
and Barnaby
use my other
gets
edge, 'cause they
jealous
need to-
sometimes.
Get
No.
in, and they're halfway through, and
This
it's.
is also a sleaze action.
That's
So when you fail a sleaze action, it alerts the host.
That's fair. I shouldn't be upset because I know you have your own life, like I have. I mean, my life's pretty open, but I just like to know about it. I just like to
So
know
you,
what you're doing.
the door does not open. You don't take any damage from this because it's a sleaze action, but you are aware that the host is now aware of your presence.
So we try the lower door, and it goes.
It doesn't work. Okay, the host knows I'm here, but they haven't found me yet.
Nope, they
Yeah,
have.
so I'm
they,
just gonna
they
try
will
one more
be able
time.
to launch IC after you make another action.
Yeah, and then I will log out. Everything's gonna be fine. It's gonna be just fine. More dice came. Demolition's right on it. I'm using them. They haven't been credited yet, and I'm using them. 'Cause
Wait.
things.
Main.
Working on it.
Okay.
It's okay. You guys just keep talking about your relationship while,
calm on?
while we wait for mainframe 3.
Yes, it's
The column has to
on.
stay on during missions. I'm sorry.
All right, let's just say there's a number of things I need to tell you about, and I will. Just not right now.
Get that.
I'm out of thumper dice, but I got.
So you still.
Yeah. Yes. Thank you, Demolition. Thank you, Black Sun. So the door clicks open, and immediately shuts her deck down.
Okay. So you shut your deck down. Just like you're like,
Yeah.
How about that? The door's open. You don't have to talk about your relationship anymore. You can keep doing the mission.
Big Papa.
Yeah.
We're gonna have to talk.
So the door to the sub-basement opens.
Great.
Or is open.
Are we through the barrier?
Yeah, you've been through the barrier
Okay,
before you got to that
I
door.
can see again. Should need a cast.
You know,
Mainframe. You hear a knock on the door.
What was the name I saw on the nameplate? Was it a woman's name?
I haven't decided. No.
Oh.
It was. We'll say it is. Sean.
Sean.
Say it was Sean.
What's Sean's last name?
Lazarus.
Sure. Sean,
Sean
Lazarus.
Lazarus. Is Sean a doctor?
No, because you're on one of the interior offices.
Okay, not a doctor.
Not a doctor.
Okay. Mainframe waits a second to see if they knock again.
They don't knock again in a second, no. You hear the click of the door as it opens.
I'm hiding under the desk.
Maine, do you have company?
Can't respond to that right now.
You have like the brain
Do you have
thing?
a microtransmitter?
Yeah.
Comlink in your brain?
Because I think most of the comms
Yes,
have
she
those
just
sort
says
of things.
yes.
Okay, I will slowly and calmly make my way out of the library and start heading up
How are you gonna get to the 7th floor?
Oh my goodness.
I'm at this point. I'm just on my way. I'm not
Okay.
trying to get access. I just want to get closer.
Cool. You're gonna head to the elevator.
Yeah.
Okay.
Do you still have your chainsaw?
I was gonna help her in an elevator.
She needs to get from the 6th floor to the 7th floor. There's
Fourth,
no way.
4th to 7.
The door.
Actually, you know
opens.
what? Before the door opens, I sit in a chair because it's a little more suspicious. Like, God, I don't know. Everybody's having like a crisis of fuck.
Pretend like you're making out with an invisible spirit.
Yeah. What do you want to do? The door is opening.
Hide under the desk.
Okay. Give me. It doesn't matter. It's a really small room. It's not going to take them long to sweep it. So the door opens. You hear the subtle swoosh of wood against the carpeted floor, and footsteps. A set of footsteps come around the desk, and you see a gun pointing at you. Come out from under the desk.
I come up and I can't get to the bottom of the network connection problem.
When you stand up, there is 2 guards in the room. There's
Okay.
one by the door, there is one pointing a gun at you, and there is an older woman. And she looks at you and she smiles. It's been a while, Acacia.
All right.
I assume I recognize
It's your mother.
my mother.
I thought we taught you better than this.
No, you taught me exactly this. That was the whole point. All the education of all it, wasn't it? Wasn't it what you were raising me for? Wasn't it what you put the chip in my brain for?
Well, you found it. We were gonna bring you home. You were never supposed to leave, but we let you go. Because it seemed harmless at the time, and then you started digging into what I and your father are doing. You should have left it alone, Acacia.
You should have left them alone.
We're building a better future.
You know, it's one thing if you want to pick on other Ares children. It's, you know
They
what?
are Ares children now,
They weren't before. They had lives.
and they have better ones.
They don't know any better.
So how is their lives worse than they were before? We've given them shelter, we've given them home, we've given them an identity, and we'll give them jobs and a purpose in life. Instead of being sinless scum on the streets of some forsaken city.
You're stripping their identity from them.
And replacing it with something better.
Something you control. How many of them do you send to their deaths to protect Ares' interests?
The idea is that they'll be better trained than you, so they won't get caught. Would you like to talk with one of them? Maybe they can help you understand what we're doing here.
So let's all have coffee. Yeah. Let's have a chat.
And so she kind of motions at one of the guards, and they will escort you to the elevator. And then she retina scans, presses the button twice, and then begins to slowly descend.
I know that voice. She was being sarcastic.
So this is all, your comm is open during all this, so we hear this. Okay.
And they will remain silent with you in the elevator.
So we are in the basement that they are presumably coming to. Are
Yep.
we near the elevator?
You can get near the elevator.
No,
I think we want to hide.
I think we definitely want to hide, and I'm gonna go ping to you. Yes with the mission, or yes with extraction.
I'm not sure if she means extraction of the children or extraction of me at this point. Mainframe would say yes with the mission.
Okay.
I think we should be ready to ambush the guards when they exit the elevator.
If we want to get data, I think we should let mainframe be a distraction for 5 minutes. Grab enough paper data because they're not going to hurt her. They would have killed her already.
What do we actually see? Are we in a laboratory or are we just...
What do we
Do you
we
see?
open the door.
Excellent question.
Yeah, before we make
You
a
open the
decision.
door, you're not immediately in a lab. You're in a hallway. Because there's always hallways. It's easier for me to manipulate and control that way.
Oh.
What?
We're in a hallway.
You're in a hallway. There is, bright lights. You guys are not at all concealed.
So it's like a medical hallway.
Yeah, it looks like it is clearly wide enough for stretchers and people to be going through, like hallway in a hospital sort of size. You see the elevator. There's like an elevator door in the hallway, and that's about it. And then there's a couple of other doors on one side.
So there's nowhere for us to necessarily hide.
Yeah.
How fast can you look through and see if there's an empty room?
Really fast.
Do that.
Give me your
Is this a
perception.
regular office building?
Not in the labs.
No.
No.
It's not an office building. It's like a campus. It's a weird mixture of a lot of different things.
Okay.
Once about every second. 4.
So in about 3 seconds probably.
I can move it once every.
Yeah,
1
you
second.
bump it through all of the rooms, and you notice that there is one fairly large, somewhat open room that appears to kind of have some like tables and monitors and things in the center of it. There's no one in there right now. You notice that there is then there's kind of like a room off of that. There's like medical equipment that you can't necessarily identify, maybe scanners, maybe sort of closets, things like that. And then there's like a couple of smaller rooms, and in one of them has a small person in it. And then there are at least 2 guards in that room.
So there was a big empty room.
Yeah.
That's probably the one. We probably just want to try the doors, except for the one with the guards in it.
The large open
Not
room
that
is
one.
probably a meeting room where they're going to be taking mainframe.
It might not take me to a meeting room.
Well, then the other one is the medical equipment room, which is inside the large meeting room, correct? Or it is adjacent to it.
There's 2 rooms that look like they have medical equipment in them.
Okay.
And there's probably space for us to hide in the meeting room.
Neither of them look like meeting rooms.
Okay, sorry. Get the data.
Yeah.
The large
There's
open.
there's one large open room with like a table and medical equipment with it. It looks like an operating
They're-
theater.
okay,
they're
thank
taking
And then
her-
there's another one that's like an observation monitoring scanners, medical equipment, and then there's like a couple of smaller rooms that are probably like
Observation
recovery or
room.
treatment.
Okay.
Let's try it.
Take
We've
it.
got a few seconds, so probably enough time to break down the
Yeah,
door.
give me
if
your
we need
sneaking.
it, but
You can observe from there.
I just need I need a vision. I'm going to be adding some thumper dice because this is like some time not to fail. So, thumpers.
Yes, I will too.
I'm going to add 3 dice. Thank you so much because I don't want to be the one who plays this
What
like
did you say? 5 hits. 5 sneak.
Oh. I'm actually almost on par. 4 sneaking. But I'm slightly smaller. That does not give me a bonus.
4 and 5. Okay. No one like runs out and yells at you.
Good.
So you make it to the door. It is not locked.
Excellent.
And you open it, and inside you see it's kind of like split into. There's basically like a sort of large multi-purpose scanner, and then like an observation space with terminals and monitors and things like that.
Can we observe the other rooms?
No, not from in here.
So this is like an
So it's
observation
not really
room.
It's like an
So
MRI
it's-
room. It's where you
Yeah,
get an
okay.
MRI done, and so then there's like a
Okay.
barrier where the person who does the tech side of it sits, and then there's the actual like machinery.
Cool.
And
It's-
there's just a door between the 2 of them.
Oh,
It's-
okay.
it-
Sorry, I'm like.
I don't know. Like I've spent more time in like theater and theaters, medical theaters, and operating spaces than like some people have. So I don't actually realize that you wouldn't know what it looks like.
No,
I didn't,
now I
but we were
understand.
frantic and in a hurry, so
Yeah.
that
Walked
was.
in.
That's what came out. Observation room.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
Sure, okay,
Let's go.
So we go and
I
we
really
hide.
hope one of you hides in the scanner.
I mean, I can't. Okay.
Probably not the person with a lot of metal on their body.
No, we've established
like
that
future
MRI
MRI.
machines won't use magnets.
You have a ceramic arm, right?
No, I'm sorry.
What
no
do they
way.
call it? It's the.
It's like fiberglass or
yeah,
something.
sorry,
Yeah.
yes.
There's no way they're both
Carbon
metal.
fiber.
I didn't pay for that.
The Delta Rare one's probably not completely metal. It's
So
probably
we'll hide. I'll
partially-
keep my vision out in the hall so we can
Okay.
see what they do.
Yeah,
Do you have any kind of listening sensors?
Actually,
Her ears.
my ears
She
can
has
listen for
listening sensors in her ears.
my helmet can actually, or my ears can like listen for certain sounds, so I could like distinctly listen for Mainframe's voice if I wanted to.
Right.
If that's what you would like, I don't know what you want.
I don't have a distinctive voice. That's
Yeah, you
weird.
can listen through a wall with some types of sensors.
Yeah. Okay. So you're going to ride silently in this elevator for about 30 seconds unless you choose to say anything. You have a gun, like there you are being held and there's a gun on your back.
That's fine. I guess the one thing I will say is, how's Dad?
Aw.
No.
He's
Small
doing well.
talk.
What?
He's doing well.
Good for him.
Doors open, and the guards will kind of push you, walk you out, depending on how active you want to be, and they are going to lead you into one of the more recovery rooms where there are 2 other guards. And so you go in and there's a curtain drawn, so you can't see what is behind it, but you see 2 guards in the room. And take a seat. She gestures at the empty bed in the room.
So there are now 4 guards total in that room. There's Mainframe, there's Mainframe's mom, and behind the curtain is...
You don't get to do that, apparently.
You're not in the room, so you have to wait.
I can't wait.
What was that?
During this time, I'd like to make my way to that basement.
Okay, you can get into the gym if you want to. The door is that they went down through the stairs is going to be locked, but Mordecai will be right there.
I just step silently out of the shadow.
Oh, shit!
Hey,
I am not. Is there any other surveillance devices on that door to the sub basement?
Yeah, I mean there's cameras. And
Yeah.
there's a locked door.
Yeah. Well, but I pick locks,
Yes.
so I'm not concerned about that.
Yeah, you can pick the lock. That is a thing you can do.
Great. So I give the right. I'm gonna go
yeah,
about the door.
run in the shadows.
Yeah.
So
God,
my
I'm
mom
cool.
gestures to the bed, and I just, oh, you saved my bed. You're such a softie. She sits.
Okay. They are going to immediately strap you to the bed.
Figured.
Bam.
You have become non-compliant. And I assume you're not going to choose to correct your ways yourself.
You haven't convinced me I should.
Let's have a conversation. So she'll step behind the curtain on the other side, and right now there's just 2 guards staring at you for a moment, and you hear quiet talking, but you can't quite make out what
The
she's
guards
saying.
are in the room.
There's 4 guards in the room.
And none
We
in the
haven't
hallway.
heard anything
None in
yet.
the hallway.
We haven't heard anything
I'm
yet.
watching.
Oh, you
guards-
were watching, that's right.
The guards out of the hallway sneak to the door. There's
Okay, so we do that.
Okay, you see into the door that Mainframe just went through?
So we can
Right.
burst through whenever we need to.
Great.
I probably did move my vision into the room in case that sets anything off.
You
So,
know that there is a person in the bed behind the curtain.
Yes, which I already knew.
Yes. That's why when you ask him, pay attention, previously.
No, I knew! I wanted you to reel the person!
Oh, no.
There's a kid in the
Mainframe
room.
can't see him.
Mainframe strapped to a bed. There's 4 guards and our mom, who might be a guard, but is probably more of a doctor-y type.
I sent a quick message. When you're ready, tell us to go. Because they're not monitoring your comm link, I'm assuming. So everything I'm sending is through text. My brain is attached to my comm link, which I can write messages with it.
But they control mainframe through a comm. They have access
They
to a
haven't.
comm.
They have access. They haven't initiated any commands yet.
Yeah.
Right.
Cromwell just assumes mainframe may be compromised at this point.
Yeah. It's. I wouldn't say.
it's a good
She
thing
hasn't
to-
said the
Anyway,
code words.
there was a. She said, "Let's have a chat."
And then she walked back around the curtain, and you just heard some quiet whispering. So a few moments later, she the curtain gets pulled back, and a kid sits up from the bed, and you can see like they're still kind of wired in. There's like devices and things attached to them. There's clearly biometric monitors, and you notice the kid, they have like big eye, like big buggy eyes, short blonde hair, and they're kind of like skinny and lanky and awkward in their teenageness. And she sort of looks at you. Hi.
Hello there. What's your name?
Well, right now, I go by Emma.
Emma. How are you doing today, Emma? What classes are you taking?
I'm in a really special program. I'm super excited to be here. I heard you were in the program before.
I was.
What was it like?
It was good until it wasn't.
Well, I'm pretty confident it's gonna stay good. It's gonna be better than everything I was doing before, that's for sure.
What about the people you left?
They weren't gonna get me anywhere. I wasn't gonna go anywhere. I was probably gonna die on the street. At least here I get to do something meaningful. I get to learn something. I get to be good at something.
And what is it that you're good at now, Emma?
They're gonna get me a deck. I'm gonna start decking. I'm really excited. I've never even touched one. They're so expensive.
They are very expensive. So you don't miss anyone?
I mean, I guess sometimes. But I'll probably get to see him at some point.
This doesn't sound so bad.
Emma, have you kept in touch with the older students?
Well, I heard they had to close the program for a while, so we don't get to talk with the older students. But I'm gonna be joining the other group I just went through. And she kind of glances over. I'm not really supposed to talk about it. But I'm ready to start the next phase of training with the other students again. One of the things you notice more prominently is like there is clearly bandaging on her head. In several places, like both the back of her neck and then on her ears as well.
Did you not like who you were before?
Wasn't gonna get me anywhere. This will get me more places. It's the way the world works. I can't be who I was and be useful or good or smart or...
I just look at my mother like, that's what you're telling her? After all this time, you haven't found one example of somebody who wasn't human that was worth something in this world. You continue to feed these lies to these kids?
The girl kind of looks and she's like, I don't think it's a lie. It's just more useful. It's just useful.
It's not you. You can be useful and... Well, you can't. But you can't be you anymore because they saw to that. Well, at least you feel like you chose.
Margaret will smile and say, they're happy. They're useful. And you are an ineffective Shadowrunner that left Ares and a life of potential and are now this. So, we will welcome you back home after some reprogramming.
I decline your invitation.
I don't think you have much of an option right now.
Mainframe has tooth compartments. And she has a large dose of medication in there.
Okay. They have not searched your body yet.
Yeah, they have not.
I will see you in the morning, dear. And she starts heading towards the door.
We haven't gotten
gesturing towards one of her guards. And they'll be coming with her.
Mainframe sends a emoji of a firework to the rest of MMFEC.
Let's do it.
Cromwell wants to prepare to grab the lady.
Okay.
Question: does Mordecai get the firework emoji?
Roll.
Yeah.
What do you want me to
Intuition and
roll?
logic.
Sorry, I don't mean to. I'm just so excited. I'm yelling too much. I'm so excited.
4 hits. I did not glitch.
Yep.
Excellent.
Am I through the door?
Roll me your locksmith and agility.
Whoop. Cromwell, quick message. You grab, I snap.
Right, avoid the kid.
Yes. Okay.
And mainframe.
Yep.
I'm punching the barrier as soon as it's my turn.
8.
Okay. You also notice that it was alarmed while you were pulling the cover off. So in order to you get the cover off very successfully. You see that it is alarmed. So give me another locksmith and agility to actually, electronic. Actually, give me locksmith and logic.
Okay.
To rewire the door.
Okay, I'm gonna add 2 thumper dice in here. I really don't want to mess this up. Alright. 6.
Great. You are through the door.
Great. And did I set off the alarm?
No.
Great.
You are through, sorry, the first door.
Yes.
At this moment, you guys also hear the elevator slide open again. And out steps another guard or another military-looking person, and then medical personnel. Someone who looks like they're in scrubs. And they point and yell and say, "Who the hell are you?"
Great. At that point, can I just open the door and do we get a surprise attack still or?
No.
Of course not. It just I want everything to be fine.
Terrible timing.
Dr. Hatchet.
I just kind of want to check because we're at 9, but I don't. We might be able to wrap up, but I don't want to necessarily.
It's gonna be a long fight. We got like 5 guards.
We can make this fast.
So we're plunging ahead?
Yes.
Yeah. Let's punch ahead. Roll initiative.
Speed mode.
Goodness.
All right.
I'm ready. Lock and load.
And if we need to, we can pause partway through.
I'm so uncomfortable right now.
Cromwell.
27.
Sorry, I heard 7.
27.
So 27. I was like, I mean, I'll write down 7 because that works well for me. Elsie.
Literally.
I blitzed and only got 24.
Okay. Fang.
26.
Mainframe.
12.
Mordecai.
31.
Sharky.
Sharky is not currently
Great.
around.
All
But
right.
just
First
wait.
up, Cromwell.
Oh no.
I thought
Oh, sorry, Mordecai. You're 31. That's what your card says.
barrier meet my magical fist.
The door is shut. Oh, sorry. Mordecai's first.
Yeah, Mordecai.
I'm punching the barrier with my punch spell. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So it's 18 damage, armor piercing minus 10, which I'm pretty sure there's no way the barrier can resist that.
No, probably not.
If
Yes.
it's 4-7.
Yep. Barrier goes down.
All right. And I'm like bolting down after Elsie.
Great. So the first door is unlocked. You are at the second door, which is still locked. Cromwell.
Cromwell, the door in front of me is still locked.
It is open. It is not locked.
Oh, I mean, it's
It
shut.
is closed. Yeah, sorry, it's shut.
So if I open it, I cannot also attack.
Is that a simple action?
I'd say it's a simple action to open the door. Open it.
I want to rip open the door and try to grapple the lady.
She is not the first person towards the door. There is a
Okay.
guard going.
There's
in
a
front of her.
guard. In that case, I will use my simple action to move my vision back out into the hallway, and quick draw and hurl my hatchet
Okay.
at the guard.
Great. Do that.
That is 6 hits. 7 hits. Sorry.
And it hits are 1.
That hits are 1. That does 13 damage on the piercing -1.
Okay. It lodges pretty firmly. It gets through their harder armor, and is in their thigh, and so they kind of press on it, and they're they let out a large curse. All right, that in fact puts it at their turn, as well as people in the room. So that guard immediately already had pulls out their gun and is going to take a nice shot at you. Which go for it. So go ahead and defend.
Yep. That is now higher than it used to be. 6 hits.
Draw. Damn it. Okay, he misses. The guard, one of the guards in the room is going to the gunfire pulls open the door and sees who's first in front of the door.
I mean, I guess it's.
I was getting ready to grab the lady,
But now
originally,
if you're doing a hatchet, I guess.
and you were
it's
getting
me.
ready to stab,
Yeah.
so I'm probably kneeling. I'm probably doing this, and she's probably above holding a katana.
If he goes to attack
That's
him,
okay.
I'm going to use an intercept action.
He is going to attempt to shoot an even odd at Cromwell.
Okay, I'm going to attempt an intercept, which
Okay.
it lets me against a passing character for within reach.
Okay.
That's what it just says. It's cost me 5 initiative.
Okay.
And I believe it means I can use my melee to interrupt.
I think it's like a parry, right?
Yes, but because he's using a gun.
Yeah, so I think what you do is you add yours to his dodge.
Right. My goal is just to mostly just hit the gun up so it does not hit Cromwell.
Yeah, so add, I don't know, roll your melee and we'll add that many dice to his dice pool.
Thank you for doing that.
Yeah.
Yay!
I don't actually remember the rules for that.
We'll look it up later. That's not what we're worried about right now.
Okay, he's probably... We'll see.
Well, that was useful. Add 2.
Okay. It helped.
Okay.
4 is my defense.
Okay, he hits you. So you try and dodge bullets, but they're bullets, and that's hard to do with a katana. So he's going to get a nice shot off at you. So you need to resist. Let's go with this one.
Bring it.
Yes, this person's guns.
Yes.
Because why not? It was an Ares Alpha, because they're Ares. So, 13 physical damage, armor piercing -2. Got his assault rifle and just whips it around. What the fuck?
It just hits Cromwell's incredibly thick armor. It gets through the armor, but it hits his dermal plating and his skin, and which just stops it.
Oh, thank goodness.
Trolls.
He's wearing his old Charlie Hammer outfit, which is already full of bullet holes. So.
All right. The other 3 guards in the room. One of them is going to take a hold of your mother and lead her through the side door into the observation room.
Okay.
So through rather than through the hallway. So try and cut around. And then one of the other guards is going to come near you and kind of take point on the door. So there's 2 taking point on the door, and then the other one's next to the kid. And they are both going to draw guns, and one of them is going to shoot a Fang.
That seems fair.
Yep.
I agree.
She will allow it.
I will allow
Thank
it.
you.
6.
You dodge.
Ha!
All right. Speaking of which, Fang. So there is a guard in the hallway.
Yes.
There's 3 in the room that you can see.
Okay.
Or I guess there's
There's one.
there's
at the
3
end.
because there's one exiting out with Mainframe's mother. Actually, 2 might go with her.
So just to be clear, there are 2 that are leaving with Mainframe's mom. There's
Yeah.
one guarding the kid. There's one who just shot at Cromwell, and then there's also one at the end of the hall has a hatchet.
Yes.
There's a Decker kid in the room.
Yes, I'm not gonna use a full auto for that reason. Instead, I have to deal with the one at the door
You also did
first.
point out that you have your katana up.
Yes.
So
I'm going to just bring it down.
great. That seems logical. Let's do this.
Yeah, so I'm literally just trying to strike him. My goal, and I'm not gonna use vitals because I'm just, my goal is to mostly get him out of the way. And if is there a way for me to take care of him quickly so that he's just down and doesn't attack, or is it just I have to bring him down?
Vitals, probably.
Vitals then.
I think this move, where Cromwell throws hatchets and you slice the katana, is called chop salad.
Yes. So I'm gonna do vitals then. I'm gonna take 4 away from my main pool. I'm gonna add 4 thumper dice. And my goal is to just slice at the back, slice at one of his leggy bits, so that he just falls to the ground holding it instead of shooting at us or something.
Okay.
Does this make sense?
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
It's got animation
slicing his
on it.
leg.
Yeah. And I got 5
Hits or
hits.
1.
Great. So because it's not the magical sword, it's only 12 piercing minus 3. And whatever vitals is.
Which is another 2.
Great. So, really?
Yeah.
Okay. 2, 3.
It's only 2.
I always forget that. 14 piercing minus 3.
Wow, I rolled terribly.
Good. No offense. I'm sorry.
I
This
rolled
is probably
like
great.
I rolled more than that. You slice through his hamstring. You just straight up cut wait, which one? The front one is your hamstring, right? No, that's the back one. I don't know. You cut through the fibrous muscle on the front of his leg, and you can just see ligaments split
There are
open.
arteries
There's a
there.
fair amount of blood.
Yeah.
You nick the femoral artery. He starts bleeding. He drops to his knee, and
Do I need to kick
he's
him
starting to
down?
kind of fade out of consciousness.
Good. I'm gonna take. I've been trained for this.
Yeah.
This
is what
This is
Fang
why you're on
This
the
is
team,
as
Fang.
technology training right here. And Fang is gonna move towards the target, which in this case is Fang's mom.
Okay, you're moving towards her mom.
Well, she's being led to the other room. She's not there yet.
Yeah,
she
no,
was
she's not
being
there.
taken from one door to the other door.
Yeah.
You are there.
It's still there, strapped to the table.
Yep.
I haven't. You're gonna be safe there.
Elsie.
That's your opinion.
Sorry, actually, Elsie, you should have gone before Fang now because of her initiative drop.
No, I'm 21 now.
Yeah, Elsie at 24.
I'm sorry.
Okay. So I got a locked door in front of me.
Yep.
Is it pretty hardy door?
So it'd be the same as the previous one.
Okay.
Side note, it takes a whole combat turn to unlock a door.
I know. I can't lockpick this. Because
I'm coming down there. We'll take care of that door one way or another.
Does Elsie think she could shoot the lock with a handgun and kick it down?
Yeah, it'd probably set off the alarm.
But the mana barrier going down would set off the
The
alarm.
mana barrier
set
going
off
down would
alarms.
notify whoever put it in place.
Let's be
And
real.
also the
We don't
guards.
know that you're here.
Yeah.
Oh wait, we're not doing stealth anymore.
I
Yeah,
think
there is. Stealth has been taken
Yeah.
off of the table.
There's a medical technician standing
We are-
there as a guard with a hatchet.
we are firmly in the MMFEC portion of the run.
Great. Elsie tries her Ares light fire, bang, bang, bang.
Yeah.
And then kicks
Yes.
in the door with her
Great.
little
Roll
tiny
the your
rage-filled
attack,
body.
and then just add that
Sorry?
to the damage value. Roll your attack, add your all of your hits to the damage value because it doesn't defend.
Oh, yeah.
And then resist.
I think my was there.
You're attacking the lock specifically, right?
Yes.
Great, which is much lower.
Wait till we're done.
Great.
Okay.
Great. That's going to be 12 damage.
Okay, you blast the cover off of the lock, and the wires inside frazzle, and the door, because I'm feeling nice, doesn't just sees itself closed, it opens for you.
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't even have to kick it.
Open sesame.
Great.
You hear the
Lousy
tumbler lock.
conversation anyway.
Great. So, so this door opens directly to the floor we want.
The hallway, yeah. That you can see the guard with that hatchet in his leg, Cromwell and Fang in the hallway.
Great.
Actually, not Fang anymore. She's under the room. You see.
I'm gonna prop that door open. I am not going into that hallway. I'm
Okay.
gonna holster the light fire. I'm pulling out the sniper rifle, whoa, shoot. Are
You probably
right?
can't also shoot the sniper rifle right now.
No, I know that. No, I'm readying the sniper rifle, and you're right behind me, yeah?
Yeah, I'm on
And
my way.
so I just say to you, okay, I'm gonna shoot around this corner.
You don't care what's there? All right.
Oh, no, I do.
She can see. She has a
I'm
scope.
just telling you,
Oh, your
I have a scope, and
She can see around the
and
corner.
I have a
All right.
silencer on this thing. Anyway, I'm
your
just telling
thing.
you, I'm
Science.
like getting it off my back, like, hey, Mordecai, I'm gonna do this thing, okay?
Speed
And I'm
fight,
done.
speed fight.
Okay.
Okay. Margaret, your mother, begins exiting towards the other room, but before she does, she kind of looks at you and just sort of like scowl smiles. Like it's this weird mixture between like maybe sort of proud that like you did good, like you broke in, but also like you're getting in my way and you're obnoxious. And so she's gonna push out the signal, and you feel from the base in your head and the base of your neck that command signal to.
So I still have the jammer in
Not
my
to
head. They
resist.
haven't searched me.
Yeah, so if you turned that on, whatever the rating
yeah.
of the jammer is, that is going to be a penalty to my dice pool.
3.
3, great. So roll your logic and willpower.
What is it?
And I will use the thumper dice I have.
3 of them.
4 hits.
You just barely push, like you can still feel the weight of the command, but it doesn't overtake you. You don't feel yourself.
Do I know
giving
what
up
the command
control.
was?
It was comply. It was so it was like
comply
it was
with?
the same. It was basically like
strapped to a table.
Stay at the table.
don't fight back, like stay at the table. Cool. We've got a little bit of time. We're gonna make this work. Thank you.
So let's finish this. Mainframe.
Yeah.
If she fails a check against the last thing she does before she will take the drug out of the tooth compartment.
Okay.
It's like
Yep. All right. The kid like also has a moment, and you realize right as that signal got pushed out, the kid like their face kind of changes, the smile is gone, and they like they turn and look at Fang, and they're gonna try and hack you.
Bring it.
Mainframe also records this entire incident.
And they're like, stop. And they just say in like this very small tone, their
time?
child. So, it's still, is she still slave to you? Okay, so it's gonna be your defenses if you choose to use them.
If you
Yeah, sure.
I mean,
why the hell not?
So I think it's firewall and intuition.
4 hits.
Fang, you need to resist 2 matrix damage.
And
So you roll,
I got Matrix Defense, DR.
yeah, so roll twice your device rating, which
Yeah, it's the
Yeah.
DR thing. So if they're attacking, are they attacking her
wired reflexes.
So I use my own
icon?
Yeah, it would. I assume it goes to your comm link. So it's roll twice the device rating. What's the rating? And
5.
She gets 10
Great.
dice.
So roll 10 dice. You
I got
get 2 hits.
5.
Cool. You're good.
Yeah.
So it doesn't do anything to you. But like
Yeah.
the kid is like stood up. They're still wired in. Like there's still like all of these like medical
she didn't have a
devices
deck yet.
coming off of them.
She doesn't need one anymore.
And they put it in her head.
She's saying she was finishing up the deck stuff.
So
Why didn't they give me a deck in my head?
well, you did this program a long time ago.
Oh, decks aren't usually in people's heads.
No, but it's possible.
Okay.
She's an AR or VR?
She's an AR. All right, that puts it at mainframe.
I'll try an escape artist test. I'm gonna be defaulting, but
Okay.
What
It
stat
should
is
be
that?
agility.
Okay, great. I can't add gymnastics or anything, right?
No,
No.
straight.
This is not gonna work. But hey, this is really the only thing I can do. I think because I know that child's not gonna respond to stuff. Nope.
You never know.
Now, when
Oh no.
when Miss J said she protected me from glitches,
only glitches on your deck.
Yes, that was a
Oh,
critical glitch.
Shit.
Critical glitch.
Oh, shit.
On your escape artist. You wriggle too much. It's like it's like the equivalent of zip ties. You just made them tighter.
You're like tied to the bed up, like your face against the pillow now.
You're like, you somehow like your arms are like crossed, and you're just you can't. You're gonna be at a penalty to any other escape artist test you try. All right, that brings us to the top, Mordecai.
All right, I bolt past Elsie, and just as I'm going by, I say, "I trust you. Aim high."
Okay. Headshots only. High five.
Can I, as we're going back, high five. Except it's kind of a low five for Elsie's about the
No,
same
they're about
height.
the same height.
Yeah. Can I make it into the room that Mainframe is in? or-
Yeah, sure, why not?
All right. I see her there. What straps holding her? What's
Yeah, sure. And at this point, herself.
how many?
4. There's one on each wrist.
All right.
And feet. Like, I want to say that you weren't probably like strapped by your feet and then somehow trying to escape. You got your feet strapped.
Oh, maybe they're like tangled. They're tangled in the paper
you're,
thing.
you're tangled in the sheets. It's just like your wrists that are strapped.
I'm gonna split my dice pool to cast 4 power bolts at once.
We'll just say you
at
have to do
each of-
2 power bolts. She can get out. The feet are just tied in a blanket.
Okay.
All right. So I'm splitting. I'll split my dice pool for that.
Did it come out all 4 of your limbs?
And let's go ahead and use my 11 thumper dice while we're here.
Whoa. Wait.
Whoa!
I don't want to fuck this up.
Wow. I guess you're gonna kill me. Which,
That's
you know,
true.
that's fair.
All right. So both hit for 3.
Okay.
3 damage resist
I'm
just
gonna-
by the structure, not the
structure.
armor.
Yeah. You pop both of them off. And you have to like scramble your feet out of a blanket.
Also, to be clear, like as I come spinning into the room, and I like leap, a little dwarf like leaps up and spins around, and like the magic flies from him as he does it. It's super cool.
I wish I saw it.
cool.
Mainframe
cool.
saw it, and
Really, really
she
cool.
saw that.
All right. Cromwell.
Mainframe's mother is still within.
At this point, they would have made it through the door. So they're in the room.
But the door's open.
Yes.
I'm
There's
on
no
my.
mana barrier or anything in the door. Cromwell will and she's like Cromwell can get to her.
No, there'd be 2 guards between you and him and her. Or at least they'll try and intercept you.
And to intercept me, they have to beat. Do they have to beat something of mine, or?
They'll probably just attack you.
Right, and if they hit me, that stops me.
Yeah.
Cromwell isn't thinking to do that. There's a little kid attacking Fang. Cromwell says, "Welcome to real world, kid," and he's stunned.
Kid would be good evidence.
What's that?
The kid would be good evidence.
Yeah. He's not killing her.
Yeah, no, I'm just like pointing out that like
All he's doing is using his lightning-powered bear fist to smack her into unconsciousness.
you.
What-
This
what-
is, I believe, one of the children that worked for you as well. Like you probably look in there and you recognize her.
Is this
Good,
Twiggy?
she's gonna learn.
Yeah, this is Twiggy.
Tell me this. I'm asking
To be
you.
clear, when I stun bolt some kid who's coming up to
I'm not
our
saying
van,
this is okay either.
That's entrapment.
Yeah,
What?
you
What?
like got mad at
I
them
wanted
for wanting
to attack
thing you
the
were
adult
doing.
responsible. Lauren made it clear that was not an option, and she gave me a little kid attacking Cromwell's girlfriend, who's all wired up and scary.
Couldn't
Yeah.
What happened?
So clearly Lauren has asked for this to
How is
happen.
this entrapment?
Here's
So-
my question: is she going to die if?
No, but I do have a game. It's a meta question, but I think Cromwell knows in real world terms, which is how sturdy is she? AKA, he does not want to manage to knock
Knock
through
her
all
unconscious.
of her.
About as sturdy as Elsie.
About as sturdy as Elsie, so he feels pretty good.
Elsie's been
yeah.
working out though.
Maybe slightly
So
less.
That is, yeah.
I'm just looking at
Yeah.
this. So, okay, great. Yeah, he will just punch her with his lightning
God.
fist as hard as he can.
Not looking at this. You
Do it! Do it! I assume you like leap in, you like
vault
leap
over
mainframe who's tangled up. You just see.
I'm not tangled anymore.
So as anyone who plays Overwatch, this is essentially Winston when he does this like leap and you leap over, everything's glowing and there's electricity, and then you punch a girl, like a tiny girl.
Here's the way it works.
She's a zombie.
Here's the way it works. He reaches around and he grabs the wires behind, and he just pumps as much bare electricity into it.
That's to her brain. You could kill her.
All right, roll it. Whatever you do. Roll your damage.
Let's do the brain is worse. Oh my god.
She doesn't have any armor on. She's resistant.
No, actually, Tony realizes it's stun damage. You can't kill a Decker that way.
You can totally overflow stun damage
Yeah.
into physical.
Yeah,
physical.
I know.
Okay.
Okay. So, wait.
I also think like lightning to the brain may have
7.
secondary-
I'm gonna consider this vitals if you're doing that.
Oh, if you're doing electricity.
Yeah, if you're
cords?
grabbing the wires and pumping electricity through the ones that connect directly into a brain, I'm gonna consider it
Okay,
vitals.
then he just grabs it. I'm just saying he doesn't like punch her in the face, right?
Okay, he punches her in the gut instead.
No, he like grabs her by the shoulders. And
The
like,
whole point is an electrical charge to just knock her unconscious.
I understand.
Okay, just to be clear, 8 hits. Actually.
You could scare her unconscious.
No, you can't.
Not while she's
Not when she's under
compliant, yeah.
control.
For hitting her. Great.
Yeah.
Let's assume it's this. Your net hits are 5.
Net hits are 5. In that case, it does 16 stun damage
Nope,
Great.
that's
So
minus 1.
she doesn't have any armor. So
Oh my god.
You said she looks about as sturdy as Elsie?
but she doesn't have any armor on, which means she's going to resist all of this with just her body.
Right, it's going to do some physical damage, but not enough to dig through her tracks.
Probably not. No.
No.
Okay, so how much was your total
He wants to
damage?
be sure he knocks her out.
You have
Your total
narco
damage?
jet.
I don't have time to get it out.
I understand.
And Narcojet killed somebody last time.
It's also true because you fired it on a fucking arrow.
Okay. I lost the dice I rolled with.
Oh my God.
Sorry, it was,
It was
how many-
like, your net hits were
16.
5.
my net hits were
16, right?
You said 16.
16.
Okay, so 16 total.
16 stun.
So she is completely unconscious and has at least one of her overfill boxes filled.
Yep.
Okay. That's not bad. That's fine.
Well, so she
needs to
needs
be
stabilized
stabilized.
then. Like she's gonna bleed out.
Like you see, like there is
No,
like
she's
her
not-
wounds open up again.
To die, you have to take out all. Oh,
She's in her
She's in
overflow.
She's an overflow.
you go through your stun and then you go through your physical.
Yeah,
And then
that's
you go
what
into
She
we're saying.
overflow.
resisted
That's
1
what we're
point
saying.
of that damage.
Okay, so
means she
let's
took-
step back.
15 points
Let's
of
step
damage.
back. Cromwell wants to do stun damage too.
Yes.
Working through her stun damage blocks.
Yes. She has
You
about
did.
8 boxes.
Right,
On
total,
stun.
physical and stun.
Yeah, so she resisted 1 point of your total of 16
okay.
points of damage
Okay.
because she has no armor to add to
Alright.
her resist check.
So it's
Okay.
15.
So it's 15 points of damage that she takes.
And Cromwell cannot mitigate his damage.
And
in
she
any
was
way.
also just got out of surgery.
Right. I'm actually just
Yes.
so.
She is unconscious. She
Let's
is an
establish this
overflow.
for future. So, Cromwell.
No, we're done. You made the
No, no,
decision.
no,
You
it's
attacked
fine.
a small child that just got out of surgery. All right, next up is the guards who see you having attacked a
Okay,
small
but I want
child.
a rule clarification of how Cromwell can hit somebody not as hard as he wants to.
He hits people with armor.
I can hit someone less hard than I normally hit them. Can
We will need to
Cromwell
find
do
that within the rules
Okay,
of
Called
Shadowrun.
shot, I think, is what you want.
that makes sense.
Yeah, I think it'd be a type of called shot.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, now we know.
Now we know.
We deal with this.
Now we know.
So one
Now
of
we
the
have a
guards-
bleeding out girl.
So the 2 of the guards are going to you can't see them anymore. One of the guards in the room, the one with the hatchet, sees you like dash past him, and he's kind of out. So he's actually just going to wait in the hallway. So just the one guard in the room with mainframe is going to back up to the door and take a shot at you.
Wait, was that the one that was down? Was cut? Is like.
Yeah, there's one that's down, and he's more or less unconscious at this
Great.
point, so he's not acting. So this one is going to open fire at you, Cromwell.
Okay.
6.
He is going to miss. All right, Elsie.
Great. So, do I see Mainframe's mother in my scope?
No.
Because I'm Like,
They have not exited the room yet.
I'm basically using my scope and the rifle.
No, they have not exited the observation room yet.
Okay.
There's 2 rooms next to each other. This is the hallway.
Great.
This is not helpful.
Do I have line of sight on any of the guards?
The
There's
one
a
with the
guard-
hatchet in his leg and a med tech. That's who you have line of sight on right now.
And they're both up and able.
Yes.
Okay, I will target the one with the hatchet.
Great.
And I will fire my... Where'd it go? There we go. I want to clarify, I'm using stun rounds.
Great.
Gel rounds. I've got 4.
You miss.
Yeah.
Or 4 hits total?
Yeah.
Okay,
Sorry.
yeah, you miss. Fang.
Okay, I'm gonna go after. Just gonna continue walking through the door. There's mainframe's mom. Ignoring that, going with guard, going to stab again.
Great.
I have dice, so I'm gonna take away 4 to do vitals.
Cool.
And I'm adding 4 thumper dice, so I will have a total of 14 dice.
They're going to dodge.
Okay. Oh boy. Okay. Thank you, thumpers. Oh boy. Sick.
You miss.
That's fine.
All right, and they, having seen that, like, one of them, he's gonna stay, and they are going to cut through the hallway. So you see them at this point, but you did not delay your action. So they open up the
they'll
elevator
trip on me.
and
Wait.
get inside.
Wait, whoa. They're close to the elevator?
They cut through the doorway. They're running.
Okay,
With
thank
the
you.
mom. So they run to the elevator. So the mom and 2 of the guards get in the elevator.
Okay.
And mainframe.
Are there any devices that look like they have data nearby?
Probably. Yeah. I mean, you could jack into something manually here and pull some data pretty quickly.
Yeah,
Like, there's like a monitor, like a medical monitor, like next to you.
And what are the rules about people bleeding out?
They'll continue to take some damage over time, but it was stun damage, so
Get the
it'll take a
data.
while.
Okay, I plug in.
Great. Make a
Perception.
yeah.
4 hits.
Cool. You're gonna be able to probably in the few seconds or so that you have before more security will descend on you, be able to pull some basic information off some records on the kids and the procedures that were being done on them, because there's the medical records are being stored down here.
Okay.
So I will have you do the. We're gonna actually just wrap up and move out of initiative turn and cinematic out of this.
Okay.
Can I like turn and say, "Holy shit!" when I see? Because I like just I just like hopped
we have like
into the
1 minute
room.
left.
Okay.
So
Like saw Cromwell pulverize.
you're
the
gonna
kid.
manage to pull some basic files, some data information about the kids. The elevator will disappear with Mainframe's mother and some of the guards. You're going to probably horrendously murder the one guard that is left in this room.
The one that was bleeding out's already dead. I'm
Yeah,
gonna leave him there.
and then there's the other one that
grabbing
was
the kid.
The hatchet one?
You grab the kid and slowly run away, and quickly
Slowly run away.
run out of the building. And then everything explodes behind you.
Yay!
No.
Okay.
Because Elsie's like,
lots of things happen.
no.
Yes. And we unfortunately are out
my
of time
God.
because we pressed through that combat. That was the fastest we have ever done combat, guys.
Thank you guys so
Half
much.
an hour.
Usually at this point we'd read tips.
We, I think, can do that very quickly. Yes, we will be reading them very quickly. Sorry, guys,
Oh my
we have
God,
to kind of
guys.
rush the ending out of that.
It's okay because we're gonna come right back to where we are. Where we
You're
have-
going to probably return to in the bus.
Okay, with the kid.
Yes, you will
With
have the kid.
everyone's tense
Yes.
and already really frustrated because we let the mom get away, which is not okay, at all.
Well, we're still there though. Like we're
No,
Hi, chat room.
we're
Okay,
gonna.
starting at-
well, we're in Michigan.
All right.
She got trolled.
This is not, I don't know why I thought it was going to be a touchscreen, guys. For some reason, I was very disappointed.
Is that your? No, it's not your.
It's not. I just like touch the screen.
so-
This is the modern world now.
So chat room, the problem is his fists do non-lethal damage, but in Shadowrun, once you get through your stun damage, you then
it
go
goes up.
into the physical
Thank you.
buffs.
And if you overthrow both stun and physical, you start
And
bleeding
it's
out.
much less predictable in Shadowrun because, like, if she doesn't have armor, she only rolls her body
Which
plus
is
intuition
5?
to resist. So depending on that,
Just
the
body,
armor.
actually.
It's just body. You only resist damage with your body, even
Body
if you
and
don't have
armor. Yeah.
It's body
Oh,
plus
right,
armor.
yeah.
Chips.
Yeah. All right.
Yeah.
Let's
Oh
do
my
some
God.
tips. Thank you so much, Thumpers. First up,
That's true.
when one of the kids didn't use chat dice to save
Yep.
her. I was out of time.
We rushed through that one.
I
in a
also
good
wanted
way.
to punish someone for making decisions to attack the child. Demolition 1! Mainframe, you got this! Remember, resist whatever they throw at you, Acacia. Fight for all of us sinless. Tuds.
Demolition.
A die each for Mainframe and Mordecai because of Mordfram 3. The ship floats, kinda. Keep the faith.
Thank you. Keep kind of
Gaiaka
floating it.
Neonet dotes for Mordecai.
Thank you, Neonet.
BP Phantom. 1 die each for Mordecai, Mainframe, Fang, Cromwell, and Elsie. 5 dice for murder. I mean, Lauren, the sinless.
Sorry, who was that?
Corpsins,
Who was
some
that?
for love.
What corp?
That was the sinless.
Okay, cool.
The
I'm
sinless.
updating the shit list, so maybe.
Osaka Shan. Siana? Osaka Shan. Which is like San. I get it. Mordecai. That's just what it said.
Huh.
They also had
Okay.
previously 2 dice to help Mordecai hide contempt with sparkles. Analar, Mainframe for your, Ma1M for M3 for your ear reconstruction surgery or just for electronic devices to make life feel a little bit harder for Ares. Hashtag
Arcane
Ares.
Paradox, please send that song
send
to me.
it. That is, I can tell
Those
you.
lyrics are great.
I can tell you 20 minutes about why that loving feeling is a very special song in my heart. So thank you. Whoa.
Alright. Sophita, cope the joke. When people ask for me why hashtag Evo is so great, I tell them my little buttercup has the sweetest smile, dear. My little buttercup won't stay a while. Dear little buttercup, sweet little buttercup, my little buttercup, I love you. Hashtag dice for hashtag Cromwell.
Thanks. I
A
used
die.
it to smack a kid. Actually, I didn't.
Sophita42, a die for the delightful Decker. Hashtag Ma1M from 3 because college libraries can be mazes. Hashtag Muppet Mafia.
Thank you very much.
Black Sun at 388. You're looking a bit low on dice. Hashtag Ma1M from 3. Wait, sorry. Ma1 for me. Dropping a net address to your deck to get a dice generator I set up on the Matrix. Use it well. It will go down after 11:59 tonight. It will run in your background executables while you work. Black Sun.
Thank you, Son.
Demolition 1. Hashtag Ma1M. Oh no, this is main Ma1 frame. Good job on getting into the host and getting through the door. There should be a back door placed on one of my sprites that softened up their Matrix defenses. Good luck. Hashtag mainframe core.
Thank you.
Demolition 1, a mainframe. You look a little drained from the day. Here's what little help I could send.
Thank you.
And last but certainly not least, Mahadel. 2 dice for mainframe and hashtag Ares, making the world a safer place.
Such conflicting messages.
Thank you. We made it so much. I'm sorry. We ran over. Let's talk very quickly, guys. Stay tuned, because next up is coming Rai with the final segment of corporate news. We're going to switch over to the other studio location, and he will be reporting the news from further south. And then there is Honesty Hour with GM of the Gauntlet. It's going to be good times. You should stick around. Thank you so much, guys, for everything that you did.
Thank you so much. You guys
Just going to rush through that. Bye!